name is Miss Yancy, and we're in my kitchen. Yes, yes, yes. Happy Sunday. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday and a wonderful beginning of the week. So, as you could tell by the title of this live, we're in my kitchen and we're about to cook. You guys are about to cook with me. Today, we are making some Ofada stew, also known as Ayamase, aka pepper stew. So, pretty much the stew that we'll be making today is made with like peppers, different types of peppers. You can eat it with rice or anything that you like. So I wanted to come in here today and just show you guys how I make mine. I do have a video that I created on how I make the ofada stew in another version of it. So if you guys haven't seen that, this is kind of sort of the same thing, but it's going to be made a little bit different today. And also, if you want to follow along, if you want like a quicker video where it's highly edited, you can go ahead and watch that one as well after this live. But thank you for being here with me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for liking the video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, guys, so that's what we'll be doing today. And I'm about to turn the camera around and show you guys the ingredients and what we'll be using, and hopefully make this video go a tad bit faster. Now, it's not going to be as fast as the video where I recorded of how to make this stew, because this is clearly a live, so we're doing everything, you know, like you would be cooking in your house. This is a fairly easy stew to make. It's extremely easy and it's very quick if you prep very well. So with that being said, let's get started. Thanks for being here, y'all. Also, we got our handy dandy wine to, you know, carry on the process. Why are you staring at me? All right, let's turn this camera around so you guys can see the ingredients. Get this going. And y'all, remember the last time when I went live and it was just a whole lot of stuff happening? It was just a whole lot of stuff happening the last time I went live, y'all. I promise it's not going to be like that today. Today it's going to be much better because I decided to use my phone. And yeah, so let me turn this camera around so you guys can see. Alrighty, so these are the peppers that we'll be using today. Like I said, these are all peppers from my garden. And this is the ingredients that we'll be using. Hi! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining us tonight. All right, so we are going to be... Hi, Donzel. We're going to be using, you know, bell peppers. So with this stew, you could use any kind of bell peppers. So these are the bell peppers we're using. I actually already started with the bell peppers, like, you know, taking out the seeds. I've been taking out the seeds. And we're also going to be using like the other peppers from my garden, like the Asian hot peppers and some jalapenos, some habaneros. So we're actually going to be mixing the peppers today. Also, if you don't like heat, you don't have to add any of the hot peppers at all, but I will be using like a variation of different peppers in this stew. Like I said, I already started removing the seeds from those. So you guys are gonna continue with me in removing the seeds. So let's carry on. Hi, Lucero. Oh, thank you. Love your lives. Angel Gully said, God's good. He's coming soon. I don't know when, but we have to be ready for his coming. Amen. 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 You ain't telling a lie. Alrighty, guys. So we have some chicken for protein that we'll be using today with the stew. We're going to be using some chicken. I'm about to season it with you guys. And it's already been like pre-boiled a little bit. It's not all the way done. I just pre-boiled it just a little bit. And I'm going to season it and then fry it. And then we are going to be using some onions and then some ginger, some garlic. And then, of course, y'all, you know, I love my garlic powder, some onion powder, black pepper, some sazon, Goya seasoning. And then we have some ground shrimp. We're also going to be using, this is country onion powder, which is some seasoning. We're going to be using, this is called dawa dawa. It's like a locust beans that is, I believe, native to Nigerians. And so we're going to, this is a Nigerian made stew. Ghanaians also eat this, but I'm going to be making it kind of sort of in my own version, but this is a Nigerian stew. And then, of course, we have some Nor seasoning as well as Maggi. And then my favorite, Cameroonian pepper for some spice. But I don't use it just for the spice. I really love the flavor of this, so that's why I'll be using that. And then that's about it. So pretty simple, straightforward recipe. You can switch it up how you want. I'm gonna show you guys what I am boiling over here. I have some chicken feet boiling in there that I'm also gonna be adding to this. So the protein in this is gonna be chicken feet and some regular chicken. Hi, Hannah Wanna. Time to learn. Yes, girl. Welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for being here. Don't forget to like the video as you're watching so more people can come on. I appreciate you guys for being on with me tonight. Grab your glass of wine, your tea, your coffee, whatever it is that you drink, and let's get this party started. This is what I'll be having. Cheers to you guys. All right, so I'm gonna wear my gloves because y'all, we already know. What did I tell you guys about peppers? We don't play about it. Okay? We do not play about peppers. We wear our gloves around these parts because our hands are not about to burn. But like I was, if you wasn't here earlier, I was telling you guys that this is like one of the easiest stews to make. It tastes really, really good with rice. Oh my gosh. Like really, really good. And it is so simple to make. You're using literally all peppers. And you could just choose to use all bell peppers if you don't want any type of heat or any of like style of peppers that don't have heat. But for me, y'all know I like the heat. So we will be using some hot peppers. So let me try to fix this where you guys are able to see what it is that I'm doing. So right now, 1 second, y'all. Let me get, I'm trying to go on my live just to make sure you guys to see what it is that I'm doing. So I am trying to come on here and just to make sure everything is good. How are you guys doing tonight? How is tonight? What's going on? What do you guys have planned? If you're in the U.S., have you voted? Did you vote early or? Everything's good. How are you guys doing tonight? Did you vote early or are you guys going to vote on Tuesday? Let me just make sure that, all right. This is what I'm doing, trying to make sure I can see y'all, so, or y'all can see what I'm doing, and then I can read the comments. If you guys are writing me, because I have my phone turned around, we're not going to repeat what happened the other day. So first thing first, before we even get started with the peppers, let's go ahead and season this chicken so that we can start frying it and get that started. I guess I'll be hungry soon. That's funny. She said, I guess I'll be hungry soon. But yeah, so have you guys voted already? So what I'm using here is the Goya Sazon seasoning. And then I'll show you guys another seasoning that I love to use. Like, it's also by Goya. Y'all, this seasoning is so good for like chicken. It's one of my favorite like seasonings to use on chicken. Like if you're frying it, if you're grilling, especially when you're grilling it. Oh my goodness. And what I love the most about these two seasonings is that it doesn't have like a lot of salt content. It's more flavor, meaning there are more like herbs and things like that in it. So I really love seasoning my food with it. Especially like just chicken, primarily chicken. I use this for chicken the most. especially when I'm grilling it. My family loves it. So that's all I'm gonna use to season the chicken for frying. And then I think I'm gonna put like a little bit of garlic and onion powder on there. And then also, when you guys are cooking this stew, use as many bell peppers as you want. I'm gonna put a little bit of black pepper on there too. Use as many. Let me put this here so I can see. Use as many bell pepper as you want. You know, it's all up to the size of your family. Like so far, what I have cut, I'll show you guys what I have cut in the bell pepper. I'm gonna turn this oil on so it can start getting hot. Put a little bit of garlic and ginger in there. Where you guys watching from? Can you write in the comments where you're watching from? Let me know where you guys are watching from. All right, I'm gonna add one last thing, which is my secret ingredient to making that delicious chicken. Yo, with everything that I use, this is one of my favorite things to use when I am seasoning my chicken. Ooh, Hannah is in Florida. Sarah said they're taking notes. Take the notes, take the notes. But of course, you can always come back. I am going to make this live public when I am done. I'm going to make it public so you guys can be able to come back to it and follow it. But like I said, I already made the video to this. And if you guys want to go and watch that, that's totally up to you as well. All right, y'all, look at this chicken. Look at this. Don't it look good? All right, so that's done. Now the oil, I have it on the fire so it can get hot. I'm gonna put some onions in the oil so it can give the oil some flavor as it fries. And then we can get started on the peppers, because the peppers, we have to do a bunch of stuff with it. Okay, where else? Where else? Okay, Donzel is watching from Ohio. Thanks, Donzel. Donzel said the chicken looks delicious. Thank you. All right, so here's the oil, y'all. So this oil right here is oil that I've used before to like fry plantains and other stuff. So that's why it looks like that. So I'm gonna add some onions to that, and I'm gonna let it just fry for like maybe 30 seconds. And then I'm gonna add the chicken just to see, you know, how hot the oil gets. So you guys look at this for a second. I'm about to go burn something else that I need to show y'all that's gonna be included in this recipe. And I'll be right back in like 30 seconds. But make sure that the onions do not burn, okay? Y'all let me know if it's burning. Is it burning, y'all? Yara, why are the onions not chopped? They don't have to be chopped. I'm just using it to flavor the oil. We haven't started cooking the Ofada stew yet. This is just to flavor the oil because I'm about to fry the chicken that we're going to put in the Ofada stew. Thanks for watching the onions and making sure it's not burning. So now the oil is hot. You see the onions frying. So I'm going to go ahead and put my chicken in there. Like I said, the chicken is already like pre-cooked. So it doesn't need to fry for a long time. I'll put that baby in there. Alrighty. If you guys are watching, please go ahead and like the live. Thank you very much. It's just gonna help like other people know that I am live, like my other subscribers. Because I did post it in my community tab that I was going live, but okay, that's way too much. I posted it in my community tab to let you guys know that I'm going live, but some people, they always, say they don't get to see it and they miss the live and they wish they were on the live. So if you guys could please like the live, that's gonna alert YouTube to let my other subscribers know that we are going live and what we are doing. So I'll highly appreciate you. Thank you so much for liking the live. Thank you so much. All right, Yara said, why are the, okay, we already read that. She said, will you keep them in the pan then? I'm not sure what you're asking, but if you're asking if I'm going to keep the onions in a pan, it's going to stay in the pan while it's frying. Or if you're asking if this is where I am cooking the Ofada stew, no, it's not. I'm cooking the Ofada stew in a different pot. I'm just using this to fry. This oil that you see right here, this is the oil that I typically fry stuff with, like my chicken or fried plantains. That's what I use this oil for. And yeah, so I'm not sure if that's what you was asking. Anyway, cheers. About to go to the next. While that is frying, I'm not sure if oh yeah, I did show you guys the locust beans. So what I'm about to do with this right now, I'm about to soak the beans a little bit in some hot water, because when you buy it, it's very sticky and stuck together. And I just think that that's what the beans is. And this beans smell really foul, y'all. So if you decide to cook it, I'm just letting you guys know right now, it doesn't have the best smell, but it tastes really, really good in the food that we're cooking. So I'm going to soak it in there. And then sometimes it could be a little sandy. I don't know what the processing is like. So I always like to soak it in some water and then, wash it before I actually cook it. So that's what I'm about to do now. I already had some hot water on the stove. So I'm about to put some of it in a pan and then let it soak for a little bit. All right, I'm going to put the stove on medium heat while the chicken is frying. And then put this in here. So I'm making a lot of Ofada. Like you see, I have a lot of peppers. So I'm using, quite a few beans for that. And then I'm about to pour some hot water in there. And I'm going to set it aside and let it soak while we're doing everything else that we're doing. Let me put the camera on the chicken so you guys can make sure. Let me know so it doesn't burn. Watch it for me. You guys are helping me cook tonight, so y'all got to watch my food. All right. While that's frying, let's get to the important work, because this is where the most work is, honestly. With this stew, is the entire process of the peppers. I'm trying to see if I can make this higher. Sorry, I'm trying to see if I can make my camera go up higher so y'all can see what I'm doing. All right, I think that's the highest it can get. Okay, so like you see, so right now in here, I have about 10 bell peppers, 10 this size bell peppers. And I'm just about to, and then I have some hot peppers in here as well. And and that's the Asian hot peppers. It's not very, very hot. I think I remember telling you guys how I thought the peppers wasn't hot, early on in the season when I started to grow it. They called it Asian hot pepper. But then early on in the season, it was one second, let me turn my thing around. All right, I think you guys have a good view. But yeah, so early on in the season, when I decided to go and taste it while it was growing and it wasn't hot, I was I thought they said this was hot pepper. Y'all, tell me why I went and just harvested a whole bunch of it. And then I put it in my salad thinking that, okay, I was okay, well, it tastes like bell pepper. It's not really hot. And how me and my husband almost had a heart attack eating the salad because it was so spicy. So these pepper, I don't know, it's like a hit or miss. I don't know which one's hot and which one's not. So, that's what's going on here. But right now, I'm just like, trying to get all the peppers I'm gonna use. I'm using all these peppers. I'm not gonna use all the bell peppers, but I'm definitely using like all the Asian quote unquote hot peppers. But what have you guys been getting into? What have y'all been watching? The last time, okay, maybe not the last time, but the time before that, we was talking about Love Is Blind. Can y'all believe that the reunion already was already posted? First of all, I need to know if y'all watch it. Did I convince y'all to watch it the last time when we was on live, when we were cooking? What were we cooking? I can't remember. What did we cook the first time? I'm trying to think. What did we cook? I can remember what we cooked, what we were cooking. And I was trying to get y'all to watch Love Is Blind. I was like, did I even convince them? But shout out to my girl that's in Bangladesh. She said that it was midnight early on. She said it was midnight and she had to go to bed. So she couldn't be on live with me, with all of us. But I'm sure she's going to be in the playback gang and watch it later. But thank you guys for joining me tonight. And also, thank you guys for supporting the video I posted yesterday. I really appreciate you guys. Like, what was it? The sweet potato leaves. Thank you guys for supporting the video the way y'all did. Like, I mean, you guys went up for that video, y'all. Thank you so much for all the likes, the comments, the shares. I appreciate you guys. I saw that a lot of people watched it, and a lot of people, didn't know that you could eat sweet potato leaves. And some people were asking me, how do you prepare it? And I do plan on doing like a video. It's not going to be a live because I actually want to do like a detailed video of how to cook sweet potato leaves, like the way we cook it in my culture. I know other cultures, they eat it in a different way, but I want to do a video of how we cook it in my culture. And then maybe another time I'll do a live where we cook it together. So if you guys like want to, cook it with me. But yeah, thank you guys for watching that video. Thanks for supporting. I really appreciate you guys. All right, I think, you know what? I was like, oh, this is what I wanted to show y'all. So you see these seeds? These are the seeds from the bell peppers that I'm about to cook, and I'm gonna save these seeds and I'm gonna let it dry, and they're gonna be a part of my seed collection. Like I was telling y'all, with my let me put it over here. With my gardening, I save all the seeds. I harvest all the seeds. I don't just harvest the plant. I make sure I save the seeds so I can use it the following year, and then also get to share it, and then hopefully, share it with you guys as well. And these are some of the seeds that I shared, in the giveaway when I did the giveaway. So this is what I do. Like every time I'm about to cook, I don't throw the seeds away. Also, I learned my lesson in putting the seeds in the compost, which I highly suggest that you don't. Because, when I first started learning, about composting, all I was hearing was, just put your kitchen scraps in the compost. Like you are giving away free soil or free nutrients for your soil. Instead of throwing it away, put it in a compost. And I got carried away, y'all. I put everything in a compost as far as veggies. I put in a compost and the seeds. And y'all saw how I suffered this year with basically cleaning up like 1,000,000 tomato plants because there were just so many tomato plants that grew like voluntarily, and I already had like over 30 tomato plants that I grew like seedlings that I was gonna plant this year. So it was, whew, yeah, it was definitely the struggle. So I refuse to have that repeat next year. I'm pretty sure there'll be some volunteers here and there, but hopefully it's not gonna be as massive as the tomatoes that I planted. Ooh, y'all, we gotta turn the chicken. Let's see what the people are saying in the comments. Donzel said, "Oh, hi, Hannah. Anthony said you can make a lot of plants. Oh yes, oh yes, tons of it. It's gonna be a lot. All right, y'all. I'm gonna flip it over now. Just let it get a little golden brown. And also, Normally, like if I was frying this to eat, like just like that, and it wasn't like going in the stew, I would add like some peppers to it, some like a habanero. I would add a habanero in this oil to fry with the onions, so it could flavor the oil. So the onions flavor the oil, and then the pepper give it like that spice. So when you fry your food in there, it give you like that kick. I be hearing kick. It's so funny. It's such a funny word to me. Be careful, y'all. These chickens, they start popping here and there. All right, it's looking good so far. Let's get back over here. You can make a lot of plans. So that's the plan, Anthony. That's the plan. With harvesting your seeds, instead of throwing them away, or I don't know, however you may get rid of them, it's like save your seeds so you can save some money for, next year, for next garden season. You don't have to buy, like next garden season, I'm not buying any pepper seeds. Like, I have no reason to. I have a ton of seeds, and somebody was telling me that they wanted some. They was like, "You should sell your seeds. I would love to buy some quality seeds." So that's something that I'm working on. Like I'm currently working on like creating like an Amazon store, so you guys can see all of the things that I use in my gardening, and it's just like an easy way for you to, if you are interested in utilizing some of the things that I use in my gardening. I'm gonna open an Amazon store, and you guys are able to go on there and purchase whatever it is that you want. But I'm also going to open an Etsy store where I'm going to sell like my seeds, and like the cuttings for the bitter leaf, the cuttings for the cassava leaf, the cassava plant. A lot of people have been asking about that, and people have been asking like for like the seeds that I've been harvesting. So look out for that in the very near future. Also, I have a little celebration to celebrate with you guys, and it's all because of y'all. So I have gotten like over 3,000 watch hours, and which is like a huge celebration with YouTube, because it's like basically making you go on the road of monetization. And I really appreciate y'all for watching my videos, because it is a lot of work that goes into not just gardening, but also creating those videos to be able to share with you guys. So I appreciate you guys for supporting it and watching it. So yes, y'all, I got 3,000 watch hours, and to be monetized on YouTube, you have to have 4,000 watch hours. So I'm currently at 3,000. So I'm almost there, y'all. Thank you guys for constantly watching and liking the video and sharing it with your friends. I really appreciate you guys, and I love the comments that you guys leave, giving me your feedback. It's like it's really beautiful. I appreciate y'all. Somebody was like, "I love you singing in your video." I'm like, I don't even be trying to. I'm just that silly. I'm a really silly person, and I love to sing. So I feel like every time I'm talking, I just go into singing. So I promise I don't be trying to do that on purpose. That's just it's so normal. Like it's just something that I do. I can't really explain why I do it. So for those of y'all that like it, thanks for liking it. I'm glad I'm not annoying y'all. If you're on here right now, thanks for joining me. Please do not forget to like the video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I promise I'm not going to keep annoying y'all and saying like the video. It's just a free and easy way to support me and my channel. Also, it's going to alert other subscribers that are interested in my content to know that I am online and that I am going live right now. Because I know some of you guys say, "Oh, I didn't know you was going live," even though sometimes I post it in the community chat, and some people still don't, I guess, get the notification. So if you're not like signed up to get notification, when you click that notification bell on my channel, it's gonna be kind of hard to know what I'm doing. But other ways to find out, what's going on daily on the channel, just go to the community tab. Like that's where I chat with you guys at a lot. So also, I'm very active on Threads, y'all. I love Threads. It's such a positive platform. All right, so let's get the chicken out and put the next one in there. I'm gonna be using the same bowl to put the chicken in there. So don't be like, Oh my gosh, why you putting the chicken in the same bowl? Because it's about to get cooked. It's about to get cooked again, okay? So don't you worry that I'm putting it back in the same bowl. It's gonna get cooked, and whatever seasoning that was in that bowl is going back on the chicken, okay? Also, I'm gonna remove the onions now because I don't want it to burn in the oil because then I feel like it makes the oil taste burn. So I'm just gonna remove the onions. Also, I'm gonna use the onions in the blend. I'm gonna put it in the blender with my the other things that I'm going to blend. So we will be using this onion. Also, when you fry the onions in your oil, you know, with your food, like you should actually taste the onion. It tastes really good. Like, have you guys tried fried onions? It is so delicious. It is so, so delicious. All right, chicken. Let's get in here. Do your thing, baby. All right, after this, we're gonna go check on our chicken feet. Do y'all eat chicken feet? I got a funny story for y'all while we prepare the peppers. Remind me to tell you that story. Ooh, yeah, the chicken feet's ready. Turning it off. Turning you off. Ooh, all right. All right, y'all. We got all the peppers. This is red jalapeno. Put that in there. Now, I'm about to rinse these peppers. Y'all, the beauty of growing your own food is being able to rinse your food and not having to soak it in some baking soda or some, what's that? What's the other stuff we use? Vinegar, you know, to let it sit for a long time to get all that trash or crap that they put on there in the store, y'all. I just gotta rinse my peppers and blend it. All right, 1 second, y'all. I'm about to get the blender. All right, you know what? As I get the blender, I hate to see y'all just, you know, staring at the pepper. So I'm gonna let y'all watch my chicken and make sure it doesn't burn, okay? Y'all let me know if it's burning. Hold on, Juana said I don't, but it does look interesting. I'm completely clueless regarding these sites. Oh, Hannah, Juana, I'll let you know when the time comes. If you're talking about Etsy or Amazon, are you not familiar with Amazon? Oh yeah. It's getting hot up in here. Cheers. All right, let's come wash these peppers so we can get it done quickly. Oh yeah, so you're familiar with Amazon. So Amazon is one of the stores I was talking about. I said that I am going to start like an Amazon store and create like a, I'm going to create a, what you want to call it? Like an Amazon store where I'm going to put all of the things that I use in my garden, such as the grow bags, like the type of grow bags that I use, all of the different tools and things like that, like the insect netting, you know, things that help make my garden successful. I got a lot of them from Amazon, so I said I'm gonna create a store that you where it's gonna be like a one-stop shop for you guys to go on and see whether or not, you know, you're interested. If you want to use some of the same things that I use in my garden to help your garden become successful as well. So I was just saying that I am going to have set up that store so that you guys could be able to, you know, go on there if you so choose. Okay, now the peppers, right? The peppers, typically you want to use a food processor to blend it, but my food processor sucks and it's not going to blend the peppers the way I want them, or it's not going to, like, you know, chop it up because you want it to be like kind of chopped up. So it's not going to chop it up the way I want. So I'm going to have to use a blender today. But typically I will use like a food processor. I like what it looks like when you use the food processor better. So if you guys have a food processor, use a food processor and still follow the same steps that I am doing right now. So right now I'm just going to put the peppers inside of the blender, and 1 second. I'm going to put the peppers in the blender, and I'm going to blend it, and then I'm going to strain it. Let me fix this. But there you go. That's a better view. All right. But oh yeah, what I wanted to tell you guys about the chicken feet, right? The one that I just showed y'all, that I am boiling in the pot, and I'm gonna add it to my stew. So when I was in college, I stayed in I don't know if it's called a dorm, but it was like in some housing that was on campus, and everybody had their own room, but you had to share like the bathroom. So, but it was like 2 to a bathroom. So anyway, so you share like all the common areas, like the living room, the kitchen, all of that stuff. And so I was about to cook, and typically I have my meats in the freezer. So that day I knew I was about to cook, but I had to go to class, so I took all my meats out and put it like on the counter in the kitchen so they could defrost. And one of the things that was amongst those meats was my chicken feet. Do y'all know where this story already going? Can y'all guess where the story is going? Alright, so I'm gonna put a little bit of water in here. So that's the thing, if you use the food processor, you wouldn't even need like to add water to this to blend it. I hate that I have to use water, because the peppers have like a lot of water content, and the whole stew, the whole purpose of the stew, like when you start cooking it, is you don't want the peppers to have a lot of water content. You're going to actually strain it. So the fact that I have to add water to this blender, like, whew, I just need some new blender and stuff like that. But it's coming soon, y'all. I'm going to continue the story when I'm done blending. All right, let's come and flip this chicken. I think it's time to, it's time to flip. Actually, I could have let it fry for a little bit longer. I could have let it fry. It's okay though. Alrighty, alrighty. We're going to be using like a strainer. Alrighty. Alright. Alright. Let's get back to it. So this is really like this is probably going to be like the longest process in doing this, is blending the bell peppers. Alright, so this is actually going to take longer than I thought. So I'm going to take some out and add more water to it. we're gonna strain it, y'all. We're gonna strain all the water out of it. And what I'm gonna do is, oh shoot. Hope you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm strain all the water out. So, like I was saying, this is like the longest process in the entire cooking of this is, you know, blending it and straining it. So we're about to be doing this for a little while. And I actually hate the fact that, look at all the peppers that I put in there, right? Look how much is left. And also, like, you don't want to blend it like too smooth. I think this one I blended it a little too smooth. You don't want it too smooth, y'all. You don't want it too smooth. If we were putting this in like the what's the thing called? The food processor, it would just be chopping it up, which is what I really want. I want it to be chopped, but we're gonna have to make do with what we got right now and call it a day. We're just gonna have to use what we got. All right, I'm gonna take the chicken out of the oil. It is ready. Babe, why were you yelling like that? You said who lost us some money? The Jaguars? Did they lose? Hey, yeah. Alrighty. Hold on, when I said famous words, use what you got. Absolutely. Yes, Elle? What do you want? Here, give it to your daddy. Let me help you, okay? Yes, honey, wanna use what you got. Gotta use what we got, child. It sucks though, cause I would really like for this to be. I would really like for this to be choppy instead of smooth. But you know how when you use the what's the thing called? You know how when you use the food processor and it gives you like that chopped look? That's what I want. That's what you really want with this. So if you're cooking this and you have a food processor, use the food processor instead. I'm about to try my food processor and see if it's gonna disappoint me, but let's try anyway. Let's try, y'all. Let's see what the food processor gonna give. Let's see if it's gonna. Alrighty. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, what the heck did I just do? I just turned. Forgive me, y'all. I'm still learning how to use this live thing. So I'm gonna try to use the food processor and see what happens. It's already have embarrassed me before, so Let's see if it'll embarrass me again. Alrighty, alrighty. Huh? What? But yeah, y'all, let me finish telling y'all my story. So I had my chicken feet sitting out, went to class. You know, I'm like, yes, when I come back home, my chicken feet and my other food is going to be defrosted. Tell me why, while I'm in class, one of my girlfriends sent me a text from Twitter. She sent me a text and it was like a Twitter post, and it was chicken feet. It was on Twitter, and then the on the person's Twitter, it was like, yo, look at what my neighbor. I mean, look at what my roommate is cooking, y'all. I am scared to death. Y'all, tell me why one of my roommates took a picture of my chicken feet and put it on Twitter and had it all over Twitter, talking about some. She was scared and was like telling everybody on Twitter, like, look at what my roommate is cooking. When I tell y'all, I was cracking the hell up. I couldn't even be mad. I'm like, first of all, don't be taking pictures of my food and putting it on there. But it was just so funny how, like, you know, other people that do not, like, from different cultures, when they see something that they're not used to, how they respond to it. She could have simply asked me, you know, like, what is chicken feet and why the hell do you eat it? Like, who eats chicken feet? But you'd be surprised. There's a lot of cultures around the world that actually eat chicken feet. And I know that there's a lot of people in the South that eat chicken feet too. I know they try to correlate it to, like, you know, not so nice things. With, you know, some people that use it for things that we shall not be speaking about on this channel. But it's very delicious, y'all. It's very delicious. I thought it was so funny that she really, like, put it on Twitter. Have that ever happened to y'all? Babe, it is hot in here. Can we open the window? Please. You turn it off? The heater is on? Oh, wow. But yes, y'all, this is like the most, this process, what we're doing right now, this is like the long process, I guess, of doing this. But once we're done, you know, chopping up the peppers and blending it and whatnot, we're pretty much like the stew is pretty much like almost done by then. And then also this is pepper, so this is not something that like needs to cook for a long time. And then also you'll notice that on my channel, I don't really cook, even though I am African, I don't really cook with a lot of like meats. You know, like I use more seafood than anything. I don't really cook with like a lot of meats that we normally will use in my culture, because, you know, me and my family, we're trying not to eat red meat. We're actually trying to stay away from like chicken and stuff like that, but you know, that's gonna take some time, honey. But yeah, as far as red meat, you're not really gonna see me do a lot of things with it on the channel. So because of that, a lot of the time that would take for cooking, you know, the long process, it is actually cut in half, because I don't have to do a lot of boiling and, you know, all this process, because a lot of the protein that I use in my food, there are things that, you know, cook pretty quickly, like seafood. The cooking process for seafood, it's not long at all. There's only so much you can do with that. It doesn't take long to cook, so. But yes, y'all. Can you believe I am still getting like peppers though? And we're in November. And today the temperature was kind of cold. The low was like in the 40s and the high was like 60. I think it was like 59 or 60 degrees. And I still have peppers growing. Like, does this not scare y'all? That we are in November and we're like, even at the end of October we was getting 80-degree weather. Like one day was like 80 degree and then the next day was probably 60, or like the temperature is like they jump like really high and low. But I just think it's crazy that we're even getting it. All right, y'all, let's try and see if this work out. All right, well, it's not as chopped as I would like it to be, but it's a better consistency than blending it in the blender. So this is what it looks like. You want it to be more chopped. Let's see, make sure y'all can see this. This is what it looks like. You want it to be chopped more than that. You want it to be chopped like smaller than this. But like I said, I need a new food processor. But I think I like this better than what I am getting from the blender. I like that. I like it more chopped. It's better than what the blender was straight up like giving me puree and smoothie like, and I don't like that. I don't want like a smoothie puree, type of vibe. All right, we're just gonna have to take what we can get, but y'all get what I mean. It's kind of big, but the peppers are still kind of big, but it's better than it being like so blended like smoothie. And then again, like with this food processor, I have to hold it down because it doesn't lock. Also, I have to clean it like very well, because if it's wet, it's not really gonna blend it. It's not gonna chop up the veggies. But let me get a little closer so I can see what I'm doing. So you just get a strainer and strain all of the liquid. You can really use your hands, just to make sure all of the liquid is out. You want it as dry as possible. But after you do that, put it in another bowl and then continue the process until you're done. All right, let's continue. Do you guys have any questions for me while we're doing this? This might take just a little bit of time. So if you guys have any questions for me or you want me to talk about anything, let me know. But yeah, have you had chicken feet first and foremost? Have you guys had chicken feet before? I know a lot of you that's watching, you're from different cultures. I would love to know if you guys eat chicken feet. And what do you think about it? I can't believe chicken feet is a topic of discussion, but I know a lot of people, they get so grossed out when they see people eating chicken feet. But yes, y'all. And then the girl that posted my chicken feet picture on her Twitter, she don't know that my friend was following her on Twitter. So my friend took a picture of it. And it's so funny how my friend just automatically knew it was mine. I'm like, girl, why you send this to me? How you know that was me? How you know that was mine? Why couldn't it be my other roommates? She's like, girl, I knew it was you. We were laughing. And then the girl that posted it on Twitter, she just carried on like everything was normal. She was nice. She was like, we didn't have no issues or anything. She was a really nice person. I guess in my face, she was a snake behind closed doors. Babe, the phone is ringing.
This one is together of two orange. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. You can't speak that one. Hey guys, look.
So I'm using jalapenos as well. This was a red jalapeno. And then some of the peppers I have in here is I don't know, like I said, the Asian hot pepper, and then there's another pepper, like those really long bell pepper type that you see in the store. It's not really hot, but it's like super long. So one thing I know that about this too is, using different peppers bring like different flavors. So you don't just want to use one type of pepper. You can, it will still taste good, but I like using different types of peppers. And I've been saving this pepper to make this. I've been saving like all my peppers from the garden to make this. This is one of my husband's favorite food. He loves when I make this. Woo. But what's going on, y'all? You're just chilling tonight? Are you guys watching anything? What's new? What are you watching? If you're watching and you're on here so far, please do your girl a favor and like the video. I will appreciate you. It's gonna let I don't know about everybody, but it's gonna let a lot of people know that I am live and they will join us on our Sunday night cook show. So actually, y'all, I've been thinking about oh gosh, I need to fix this. I'm glad I caught that. But I've been thinking about doing, you know what I'm about to do is I'm gonna chop it up in here. I've actually been thinking about going live like 3 times a week, and then like having like different things that I'm going live doing. So, and then I really want to make like Sunday, like self-care Sunday. I used to do that, with the Glow Babes for Martha Lorraine, my natural skincare business. On Sundays was self-care Sundays, and that's where you do things, catering to yourself, because, we don't get to, unfortunately, take care of ourselves the way we want every single day, because we have to be everything to everybody during the week. So it's like picking out one day out of the week where it's about you and just tuning out the noise and relaxing and doing something that you like, something that you enjoy, something that relaxes your mind, So I really like Sundays for that. And then also in the Bible, God rests on the 7th day after he created the earth. And so that was something growing up my grandmother always, preached about was, Sunday, God rested on the 7th day. So why in the world should we be working on Sunday? We shouldn't be working on Sunday. We should be resting too, because the entire week we were everything to everybody. So growing up, she made we used to go out to eat every Sunday after church. We never cooked in the house on Sunday. So it's like you do everything. You do all of your chores. You know, Saturdays was cleaning days. You clean the bathrooms, the entire house, and then cook for like the following week. Cause in my home, I grew up where like we cooked for the week. So we would cook like maybe 2 or 3 different stews and store it in the freezer. And then we, would eat that during the week. So on Saturdays was the day that we did all of that, where we cooked multiple stews, we cleaned the house, and pretty much just get everything together for the following week. Because on Sunday was chilling day, was relaxing day. On Sunday after church, we went to dinner or like lunch after church. And then, like I said, we already have food for dinner because we had already cooked on that Saturday for the following week. So after church, we go out to eat. We might go do like an activity and then come home and just watch like movies and have like family time and just spend time together and do whatever you feel like doing. Just chilling, like no work at all. And my grandma, that was something that was really like big, in my home growing up. So I grew up like that, and then I wanted to implement it in my family. Like, so I'm trying to not cook on Sunday. I'm trying to make Sunday to be like my self-care day, where I do my facials, I do things that I enjoy, like read a book, watch my shows, and just be lazy and lay down and just rest and take my mind off all of the stressors that we typically deal with on a daily basis. Now, gardening is definitely a form of self care for me if I'm just going out there and just being in nature and chilling and not working at all. But also, it's still like a form of therapy for me as well, even if I'm working. But with that being said, of like the whole self care Sunday, I don't want to, even though like it is a form of therapy for me, it's still working. As you know, if you garden, gardening is a lot of work. So I'm trying to make, I'm trying to get back to that. I'm trying to get back to that. Life has just been crazy and busy. So, it's kind of been hard, but I'm trying to make that a priority. It's very necessary to, make yourself a priority too. You can't keep pouring into others if you don't have anything left to give, if you haven't poured into yourself. So, what do you guys think? Let's make Sunday Self Care Sunday. And then this Cook With Me, I'm going to try to pick a day during the week where we could do it. Even though typically I usually cook on Saturdays anyway for my home. That's when I cook. But we could do like the Cook With Me series sometime during the week. You guys let me know which day and time works best for y'all. I know I did a poll a long time ago about what day works best for everyone. But I'm going to do another poll because we have some new friends on the channel. We got some new friends that have joined our tribe here. And I would like to get their feedback as well for what works best for them. So I'm thinking about doing like, Sunday is where we'll talk all things skincare, all things self-care, all things, motivation and being how to be your best self and taking care of yourself and putting yourself first too. Self-care is not selfish. It's not selfish. In order to pour into other people, you have to pour into yourself and have the energy to be able to pour into other people. You can't keep giving and giving and giving and you're not, taking care of yourself. And then you're going to be burnt out and you're not going to be the best version of yourself to you or your family. Let's see what the people are saying in the chat. You're really cutting these peppers. You crack me up, I swear. I don't wanna. She said, you really cutting these peppers up, man. I'm telling you. So if you know that you are about to cook this, you want to do what I'm doing just to, prep. All right. I could have done this before we got on this live, but I just wanted to show you guys the entire process. I want you guys to show you the entire process. This is a labor of love. Go ahead and click the like button if you're watching. I see quite a few of you watching, but the likes are not matching up, and I don't understand why. I don't understand why the likes are not matching. You don't like what you're watching, but you're still watching it? You don't like what you're watching, but you're still watching it. Make it make sense. Can y'all like the video, please, y'all? I appreciate you. It's a free and easy way to support me and my channel. Also, it's going to let other people know that we are live. And right now, we're just talking about some, you know, some self-care tips. And I want to see, like, do you guys want to continue doing the cook with me on Sundays, or do you want to do the self-care Sundays where I show you guys different remedies and tips on how to create your own natural skincare uh, for all skin type with things that you already have in your home. I'm going to be showing you guys how I make my own mask, you know, lotions and things like that. And you know, how to make your own skin care products. So, what do you guys think? Let me know in a comment. It's okay too if you don't, you know, if you're not ready to comment, you could comment after the live, but I would really like for you guys to let me know what you guys think about Sunday. Should we keep Sunday being our cook with me day where we do garden the table and we cook something delicious? Or do you want it to be our self-care Sunday? I'm leaning more towards self-care Sundays because, like I said, I'm trying to do the least amount of work on Sunday because God rested on the seventh day and so am I. It's like, who am I to not rest if God can take a whole day off? How dare I not follow suit? Anyway, cheers. This pepper cutting is getting a little tiresome, so we're gonna have to take a sip. All right, I think I'm done with the hot peppers, so I can take that glove off. And what are some ways that you self-care? Like, what are some of your favorite things that you do to put yourself first, like to ease your mind and relax? Also, relax is one of my favorite words, so you're going to be hearing me say it a lot because I love to relax. Queen Gemini said, I need to do self-care Sundays, so I believe that's the best choice. Yes. Okay. Come on now. We could all be in our robes, doing our mask. Woo! Sound good. Sipping on our wine. Come on now. Planning our week. All right, I'm about to blend this, y'all. Ooh, this is looking much better. Way better. This is actually looking way, way better, y'all. Let me show y'all. Now, it's still not great. If you have like that, what's that really nice food processor that I've been seeing? They've been charging a lot of money for it. And I'm going to wait till YouTube can pay for it to get one. I'm going to wait till YouTube bring me my check. But I can't remember what are some good food processor, y'all. Because the good food processors, y'all, you're not gonna see any of these big old looking peppers in there. Like, look at this. It's not even like chopped all the way. All of them, they're not all chopped. But like, that really good food processor. I'm trying to think. I've been seeing some food processor like it's been like over $100. I'm like, for a food processor? Are you serious? But man, I've been seeing people use it, and that thing look lit. And then for a lot of like food bloggers, like African food bloggers that I follow, they use this like food processor called Bucci Mix. Do you guys know it? Have y'all used it? Like, what do you guys think about it? If you use the Bucci Mix food processor or their blender stuff, like, can y'all let me know what you think about it? I'm trying to find me a really good one. It's about time. When I tell y'all I have, if you wasn't on my last live, let me tell y'all, I am the queen of, I'm going to use it till it break down. And when I tell y'all these are pretty much broken down, we don't waste in this house. And that's another thing. I grew up, in a home where it's like, you don't, it's not good to waste. Like, that was something that we talked about, being grateful and not wasting just because you have abundance doesn't mean you should waste, because there's a lot of people that do not have as much as you, and you may have, you may be looking at what you have as not having a lot. I'm gonna use my hands. You may look at what you have as not having a lot, but there's some people that the not a lot that you have, that they don't even have that. So those are some of the things that my grandmother taught me, and even my mother. It's like appreciating what you have, the little that you have, and valuing whatever it is that you have and being grateful for it and not wasting. So it's like I feel like I took that with me throughout my life, and I don't know if it's to a detriment or not, but it's really hard for me to get rid of things, because I feel like like the blenders that we have here, I really need new ones. And I'm like, I'm that type of person where if you buy me something new and I already have that thing, even though that thing may be old, like I'm not gonna open the new thing until the old one is no longer working. And so, you know, and now in situations like this where I started a YouTube channel and I'm sharing, my processes of how I do things, and now I am in a sticky situation of where I'm using, blenders and stuff like this that needs to be replaced. But now I'm also like on this tip of, with my YouTube channel and with me, sharing uh, what I have to share with you all. I'm like, I want this, what I'm doing, to be able to pay for, what it is that I'm sharing with you all. So, I'm manifesting my first YouTube check by Christmas. Y'all manifest with me, y'all. Manifest with me. And I'm a strong believer, and I'm someone that believes, like, if you believe that it's going to happen, it's going to happen. I believe in the power of manifestation. I believe that whatever it is that you believe in, if you believe that God can do it, it's going to happen. If you believe that, the Bible talks about, saying if you want to, if you say move that mountain, like if you believe that God can allow you to move that mountain, is gonna be moved. Like anything that you put your mind to, it can happen. So I really strongly believe in manifesting like your fate, and I strongly believe in what you say with your mouth really matters. So don't. That's why I don't believe in people, talking down on themselves, because whatever you say out of your mouth, like your tongue is a very powerful tool. So whatever it is that you speak over yourself or speak over your kids or your family is gonna happen. So, y'all, I'm manifesting my first YouTube check by Christmas. Am I Delulu? I'm also manifesting 2,000 subscribers by my birthday, November 27, y'all. We are in the best month of the year. I don't care what anybody have to say. If you were born in a different month, that's your business. I'm letting you know that we are in the best month of the year. To kind of say the best towards the last, because we are not the last month. But December is also one of the best months of the years, because my hubby was born in December. And I know y'all thought I was about to say Jesus was born in December. Nobody knows when Jesus was born. So even though we celebrate Christmas December 25th, and that is like like a day we have chosen to celebrate his birth, but nobody truly knows when, the month or the day he was born. But yeah, so all my favorite people, or some of my most favorite people, were born towards the end of the year. And so therefore, we are going to stand at November is the best. Specifically, Sagittarius. Y'all, I really don't understand like horoscopes and what is it? What is it called? Like, the signs and stuff like that. I really just know the people in my life signs and things like that. Like, me and my husband, we're Sagittariuses. And then my daughter, I think she's an Aquarius. She was born in February. I think that's an Aquarius. And then my son is a Taurus. He was born in May. So yeah, if you ask me anything else about the signs, I would be so clueless looking at you. If you're trying to describe anybody's personality based on their signs, I would just be staring at you because I have no idea what you're talking about. Change chart said, claim it. I claim it in the name of Jesus. Hallelujah. Add a little water. Makes it chop better. Not for my food processor. It does not do that. Oh, Ninja. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, let me go up because I'm reading backwards. Okay, so Brain Gemini said, I need. Oh, yeah, yeah, I already read that. She said, I need to do self care. So that's the best choice for her. I need to zoom into some of these because your girl cannot see. All right, so Chanel. I hope I'm saying your name right, Chanel. Chanel Charles said, "That's what you're claiming. Are you making sofrito?" No, I'm not making sofrito. I am. Isn't it cool that I know what sofrito is? I love sofrito, and I know that the what is it? What's that culture? Haitians. I know Haitians. I don't know what do Haitians call sofrito. Is it epis? So and then we have our own version. We call it pepper sauce. But no, I'm not making sofrito. I'm making like pepper stew that you can eat with rice. I know sofrito is like, is it primarily made to season your food? I know it's like made to season your food, right? Like chicken and stuff like that. Or when you're cooking, it's made to like season it. That's not what I'm making. I'm actually making like a stew, like a fried pepper stew that you can eat with your rice. You can eat it with rice. It's really delicious. But the reason why it's taking so long is because we gotta chop the peppers, and I don't have all the fancy tools and stuff like that. If I had all the fancy tools, this will go a little faster. But for some of you that have all the fancy tools, you probably gonna be way faster than me. But I hope you guys are enjoying our conversation. I'm enjoying talking to you. If you haven't liked the live, please go ahead and do so. I appreciate you. I promise you, the YouTube do not tell me who likes the video. So if you're worried about me seeing who likes the video, I cannot see. I do not know who likes it. I cannot see who likes it or dislike it. So if you could do me a favor and please like it, I appreciate you. Let's see. Somebody says, Chanel said, make gravy season for rice. Yes. All right, let's see. I think I missed one. Let's see. Who said? Emily said, hey, it's Jackson's mom. Hey, Emily. Just dropping in real quick to show you some love. Oh, Emily, you are so sweet. Thank you so much. Thank you. Y'all, Emily is our soccer mom. Jackson, her son, and my son Aiden play on the same team. You are so sweet for coming on here on this Sunday where you could be relaxing and showing me some support. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I love that. Look at that. Look at that. See, Emily came here to show some support, and I'm sure she liked the video, so I don't know why y'all not liking the video. As a matter of fact, Emily, hold on one second. If you're still on here, I got my wine, Got my wine as I'm chatting with y'all. Cheers. Oh my gosh. That is so sweet. Thanks for joining us. We're making some fried pepper stew. Now, this live definitely gonna be like a little long one because we're doing everything, from the beginning to the end. So if you can't stay long, you can always come back later. As well as I already made this on my channel. It's called Ofada stew. So if you want to actually cook this and see how it's made, it's like, I guess will be a quicker version for you guys to watch. And I just wanted to come on here to make this because I knew I was cooking this today. This is one of my husband's favorite. And of course, I'm going to make his favorite because that's my baby. So, yeah. But thanks for coming. Thanks for joining us, Emily. You're so sweet. As a matter of fact, I need to get your phone number, Emily. Let me get your number, girl. Let's see. What did Chanel say? Oh, she said make great season. Okay, I already seen that. Emily sent some hearts. Looks yummy. Thanks, girl. Happy Sunday. I know some of you guys have to work tomorrow. So, some of you have to go to work. Do you guys have off because of election day on Tuesday? I'm actually surprised that the kids in my district do have school. I thought they were gonna make the kids call off of school, for Monday and Tuesday. So I'm kind of shocked. Y'all, we are almost there, y'all. Look at this. Oh, Lord. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. This is the last one, y'all. This is the last one. We're almost done, and then we're going to get to the fun part that y'all been waiting for. But with all great things comes work. So you got to work for it. But we're almost done. We're almost done. But yes, I'm so glad that you guys are interested in Self-Care Sundays. I'm so excited. And y'all, I know I told you guys, on this channel, this channel is not just a gardening channel. Gardening just took over because I was so engulfed in it. And, if you have a garden, it takes a lot of your time. And I was enjoying it. And, gardening is a major part of this channel. But I'm also going to do, skincare content. Like I said, like we just talked about, like, self-care, creating natural skincare products. Like I'm so invested in like creating products that doesn't have chemicals, things that work for all skin type and things that you can really make in your home because they're made with ingredients that you already have. I don't know, was it a commercial or I don't know what it is that I saw. I don't know what I watched, but I think it was like if it doesn't grow, don't use it. Or some, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to find what I'm talking about because it typically comes on. I think it's like an infomercial or something about somebody that have like a natural, or maybe it was somebody's channel I was watching. Who knows, Lord? But it really resonated with me. Like if it's not something that grows in your garden, or if it's not something that grows naturally, like you shouldn't be using it. Like why are we using chemicals in food and in our skincare products? And then what people fail to realize is that, do you know that your skin is the largest organ in your body or on your body? Like it is the largest organ. It is it is an organ, and it absorbs things. So if you're putting things on your skin that is not natural, you're absorbing it into your skin, and then you don't know the health risk that you're taking on, like later on in the future. You may not be able to see it now, but things slowly develop. So this channel, like one of the things I really want to do is just promote like living naturally. I know sometimes it is not cheap to live naturally, but also if you think about not living naturally, and eating all the processed and unhealthy foods and things like that, like basically what you're trading in your health for cheaper things, whereas you could save your money and start a garden if you can. And I know not everybody has the luxury to be able to start a garden, but honestly, you could grow something anywhere. I know you're not able to have like an entire farm and grow everything that you want to eat, but you're able to start small, and then who knows, God's gonna bless you and you're gonna be able to have something that uh, can get, bigger over time. And also, if you can't, absolutely cannot, then support like a small, those local farms where they're growing things naturally, where they're not mass producing things and they have to use chemicals and this, that, and the third, so that it can produce, quicker because of the demand. Like I really believe in supporting like, small farmers or those small like, especially like the farmers market. Those are like really gardeners who uh, that take their time to grow stuff and they're going to share it with you. Actually, I next year I plan on getting involved with like the farmers market, because this year when I tell you guys, I had so many plants, especially like the tomatoes, and I was just looking for people to give it to. I was looking for people to give it to, and I'm trying to find like how I can get involved with like somewhere like where I could give away like fresh produce. Like I don't always want to sell it. I also want to give it away to the community, because sometimes people can't afford natural organic stuff, and I want to be able to share it. I don't want that to stop people from eating healthy just because they may not be able to afford it. And I also think again, like, why do they make organic food expensive? Healthy people don't make money. But that's why I'm here for you guys. I'm here to like, just take you guys through the process. If I can do it, you can do it too. This is my second year growing anything. And my first year, I told this story over and over. I grew tomatoes only and okra. I actually originally was trying to grow tomatoes, okra, and corn. And I can't remember if I tried growing anything else, but those three for sure. And when I tell y'all, I did not realize all of the things that go into growing food and the outside elements. My God, it's like you thinking like, oh, all you have to worry about is the money to purchase the things that you need to grow. You also have to be fighting the outside elements to keep your food. I mean, my God, like I talk about those evil squirrels all the time, and y'all be laughing at me, but those squirrels are evil. They are really evil. And sometimes they be looking at me as they're sitting in my bed, like grabbing stuff and biting stuff. And the thing is, I mean, the outside belongs to them. We are all sharing this world. We're all sharing nature, and we're all cohabitants. But my God, like I don't mind if y'all can eat some, but my only issue is like if you're gonna eat it, just go all out and eat it. Don't just take a bite and then they would just take a bite. Sometimes I feel like they be trying to spite me. They'll take a huge bite and just go on like a biting spree like a toddler. Can't leave a toddler alone with like an apple basket. You come back and there's a bite in every single apple. That's how those evil squirrels be acting, man. And I know y'all saw that video. People was cracking up in that video that I posted of the groundhog that I caught that was sitting inside of my watermelon bed. And it like ran away when I came outside, and then it started acting like it was doing the mannequin challenge. Like it just like stood still and was acting like I couldn't see it. I'm like, I can see you. You ain't hiding from me. I can see you. Let's see what some of these comments are saying. All right, let's see. Let's see. Chanel said, "Do you make jute leaf? I would like to learn how to prepare that." And then this is what Emily said. Emily said, "We attempted to have a small vegetable garden several years back. The bugs were terrible. How do you keep the critters away?" Woo, child. Okay, so first I'm gonna answer Chanel. Chanel, yes, I do make jute leaf, and I don't know if I have a video that I already uh, created, but yes, I do. And all of the jute leaf that I harvested, I don't know if you saw the video of the jute leaf that I grew and harvested. And it took me like 3 days to process the whole thing. My God, it was exhausting. Yeah, it's in my freezer right now. I'm gonna make that. So maybe that will be the next live we do, where I make the jute leaf that I harvested from my garden. And then also I want to make the sweet potato leaves that I harvested as well. So in the upcoming lives, we're going to prepare those together. So look out for that. But you can also, I don't know if you've seen the video on my channel. After this live, if you want to check it out, I showed, the jute leaf that I grew, and how I harvested it and how I processed it for the freezer for cooking later. So you can look into that. But yes, I will be making that jute leaf. It's so delicious. It's so easy to make. That's another thing that's like super easy to make. And I think a lot of the things that I cook is very easy, is like straight to the point, because I don't do a lot of the things that we will do culturally in my culture. Like all the meats and things that we normally eat, which would take like 5 years to boil. Like if you're cooking like cow foot, all of those things. Like, so I don't really cook all of those things. So my recipes are always going to be things that the only thing that's going to take time in cooking it is the processing, which is cutting up the onions, the veggies, and all of those things. Once you get all of those things down, you chop up all of what it is that you'll be using. The cooking time is going to be like an hour or less. But now Emily said, "How do I keep away the critters?" Yeah. So what I was explaining was how last year, they literally ate my corn, like from the root, my okra and all of that stuff. Like the only thing that survived was tomatoes, which is the reason why tomatoes are one of my favorite things to grow in the garden, because man, they are so resilient. And also, I realized that everybody in my neighborhood grows tomatoes, so I guess the squirrels don't care about mine. They probably was eating the other neighbors' tomatoes, so they don't really bother my tomatoes. It's like, I don't know if they don't like it. But what I did this year, as far as the critters, now when it comes to like animals and stuff like that, I used insect netting as well as like bird netting around all of my garden bed that I cared about. Not cared about, but the ones I knew that the animals will bother. I use bird netting and I use insect netting around every single one of them. They still managed to get to some of them, but for the most part, not all of them. Like, I was able to save a lot of my veggies that way. So that's for the big animals. Now, the little pests, like the slugs. One second. Let's see. Somebody's saying something. Billionaire Mindset said, "Hello, everyone. Let's grow together." What? Billionaire Mindset. We don't do that on this channel. But thanks for being here. Thank you. Um, but yeah, so like like I said, bird netting and stuff like that for the big animals. Now the slugs and stuff, like the pests, like the slugs, aphids, what is it? The what are those stupid bugs that ate all of my squash, like the squash bugs, all of those things, like the ones that come out in the night and they come out only in the night, and then you come back the next day in your garden and you see things have disappeared because the night critters came and ate them. So this year, what I did with that was, like, I bought things like neem oil. To be honest with you, I don't know how productive neem oil was, but what I've learned though throughout the entire season was not doing much. Like a simple solution, like, Dawn soap mixed with water and a little bit of oil, and spraying it on the back of the leaves of your plants, because that's where a lot of these bugs sit and lay their eggs. It's on the back of the leaves. That's where they hide. They're super tiny. Their eggs are small, so it may be hard to look at them. So, like some Dawn soap mixed with water and a little bit of oil, and spraying it down. If you have, like, those things keep eating your plant. Now, as far as the slugs, there are multiple ways to get rid of slugs. One of them is like the beer trap, which is like putting a beer in like a little small container and placing it in your garden. Slugs like to get drunk as well. So they're attracted to the smell of the beer. I don't know if it's the what is it? I don't know if it's the yeast in the beer that they like. And it doesn't matter what beer, they're not picky at all. They will get drunk to anything. So get like the cheapest beer possible, and place it in different areas in your bed or where you see the slugs are eating, and they will go and get in there, and then they will drown because they can't come out of it. So that worked for me. And then, like, I bought something called, I don't know if it was called Sluggo or something like that. it's natural, and you could like pour it around in your garden. The slug is gonna eat it, and pretty much it's going to be the end of them. And then also, y'all, like it got to a point where it was just so ridiculous, like all the little bugs that was eating stuff, and I just got tired, and I let the garden like be its own ecosystem and got rid of it itself. So I had like a lot of good insects as well that were attacking some of the bad ones. So it's like my garden created like a whole ecosystem. Like I had a whole bunch of stuff. I even had like 4 snakes that was in my garden that I did not invite in my garden. But guess what? They got rid of a lot of the things that I did not want in my garden, y'all. But I'm about to blend this, and then we could get back to the things that we could use in our garden. All right, 1 second. Yeah, that was one to, it's about something. The last thing you want to do is spray some kind of pesticide. Yep. Uh-huh. Yep. All right, let me blend this really quickly. I'm so glad we're almost done with this. My goodness. Yo, after we are done blending the peppers, I'm gonna blend like the onions and garlic, and like this is about to be done in like less than 20 minutes. That's how fast cooking this thing is. Alright. Let's empty this in here. But yeah, what I was saying was like, how like at some point I just stopped even spraying it with the whole soap thing. Like I was like, whatever. In my garden, there was I got like, I don't know if y'all seen on my shorts, I had a huge wasp nest in my garden, like a huge wasp nest. And people were saying, to get rid of it because they're aggressive. And it was the aggressive one. I think it was the yellow. No, it wasn't a yellow. It was the paper wasp, the white paper wasp nest, wasp, the paper wasps. And apparently they're very territorial and they're very aggressive. And people were saying, get rid of it because they're very dangerous. I did not get rid of it because I don't believe in killing them. Like I didn't want to do that. Like, because just gardening and being in nature, you realize that everything has a purpose. And I'm like, everything has a purpose. Like I prefer to find a way to like get rid of it where it's like it's moved somewhere, but I don't want to kill it at all. But I never got a chance to move it or anything like that. So we learned to live together. And even though they were aggressive in the beginning, they were very aggressive in the beginning, and they started. And one thing about wasps and bees, they recognize faces, and they got used to seeing me. And so we were working very well together. They were doing their thing and I was doing my thing, and they realized that we could both coexist. All right, 1 second, y'all. Taking the liquid out of this one. Alrighty, we're almost done. But yeah, they learned. The wasps realized that we could all coexist in the garden together. They weren't aggressive anymore. Like I was like when I tell you it was a huge nest, it's a huge nest that was right next to my grow bags, like a huge one. It was attached to my chain link fence, and it was like that's where the nest was. But they, after like a while, after they got used to me being in the garden consistently, like they would go ahead and do their job, and we were all good. And people say, wasps kill other bees, but I didn't. I mean, it's not like I would be able to notice what they're doing, but I don't think they really bother the bees either. Only because there was a ton of bees in my garden this year. There was a ton of bees. I mean, you could tell there was a ton of bees in my garden because look at all of the harvest that I got this year. And so the wasps, what I started noticing in the garden though that was dead was those nasty lantern flies. You know those nasty lantern flies that's everywhere and falling on people all kinds of way. Only God knows where they came from. They just like came out of hibernation or something. Like they just started being everywhere. But then what I started noticing was that I started seeing a lot of dead ones in my garden, like all in my garden beds. Like I started seeing a lot of dead lantern flies. I was like, oh, it has to be these gangster wasps for real. It had to be. I was like, it had to be them. We are almost there. I think I have. Oh my God, we're almost there, y'all. Wow, this is like pretty much like the last one that we're about to blend. There's no school tomorrow. Oh, who you talking to? You talking to mom too? Babe, who's that? CC? Oh, Auntie Ebon. But yeah, y'all. So I noticed that a lot of the lantern flies were dead in the garden, and I just attributed it to the paper wasps. And I think that's what really got rid of them. I was like, because they are like predators. The paper wasps are predators. So I think they got rid of a lot of the bugs that was eating my, food. So I didn't really deal with, in the beginning, I did deal with a lot of it. It was frustrating me. And I think it was because I was impatient. But like what I realized was that with everything that I was growing in my garden, it became like an ecosystem where everything was working in the way it was supposed to work. Everyone had its purpose, and they were doing, what they were there for. And I really appreciated those paper wives. Like I loved having them there, even though they were aggressive in the beginning. And it was like I think they realized like I had no fear in them, so they just continue to do them. And I'm so glad I didn't listen to people and kill them or got rid of them, because they definitely helped in my garden. Now, another thing that really helped in my garden was, those unwanted snakes. My God, whew. I know they're like very, they're beneficial for the garden, but I'm telling y'all, they are like one of my biggest fears. And there is nothing you could tell me for me to be able to allow a snake to just lay inside my garden and just be chilling there, even though I know they're doing, what nature, what they're supposed to do. Like, can they do it in the nighttime, like when I'm not there, or like, or even if I know they're there, they're always there. That's the crazy thing. If you think snakes are not always around, they're always around. That's why they're called snakes. They're sneaky. They're very sneaky. They're always there. And I always know that they're there because of, how well my garden was doing and how it was thriving. But like, I'm like, I don't want to see you. Like, I don't want to see you. Go away. I know you guys are on talking to your auntie, but can you not be screaming?
See, my mom's recording, so don't make a lot of noise.
But yes, y'all. So I really appreciated them. I would like to give a huge shout out to them. But now that it's colder outside, they have been. I haven't seen them at all. So I think they're in their nest. From what I've learned, is that during the winter months, they stay in their nest, and then they come back the next year. But because of how big it has gotten, I actually do not want them to be there because now I'm getting scared. It can't get bigger than that. It's like huge. If y'all go look at my shorts, y'all will see how big that nest is. I'm like, okay, thank you guys for your services, but you guys are gonna have to go somewhere else. So I am actually gonna try to get rid of it, get rid of the nest this winter. 1 second, y'all. Ah, we are at the end, y'all. And then the last thing we're gonna put in here is the onions. The last thing we're gonna put in the food processor is the onions, ginger, and garlic. And then we're gonna start frying. But we have officially blended the peppers, the bell peppers. Y'all saw all the different type of peppers I used in here. I use all the peppers that I grow in my garden. I use every last one. Every last one. But yeah, if when you start a garden, you start realizing like there will be like a lot of, you may not need like a lot of pest control. They're going to, the garden is going to heal itself. Like at some point I just stopped like all that stuff, like the neem oil and all of those things. I just stopped using it. And what I realized is that, you know, in gardening, what's heavily advertised is like, things like that, solutions that you can make in your home for at no cost. So, you're saving on a lot of money. Let's see what Chanel said. uh 1 second, Chanel, let me see. Or Emily said, oh. Oh, Chanel said, I can't do snakes, girl. I can't do snakes either. Hell to the no. To the no, to the no, to the no, no. Emily said a 7 feet black snake got into what? My parents' basement. Okay, new fear unlocked. Somehow my mom opened the door and here was this snake coming up the step. Okay, Emily, please, you could have kept that story. When I say new fear unlocked, oh my God. What kind of scary ish is that? Chanel said, oh my God, I would have. I would have. She said, oh my God. She said, I would have passed out. What did your parents do? Emily said, my dad wasn't there at the time. She slammed the door and called a neighbor. A neighbor? I would have called 911. What's their emergency? I would have called 911 and screamed bloody murder. Okay? I would have called the po-po. I don't know. I'm not calling no neighbor. I'm not even going to the neighbor's house because now I'm thinking that the neighbors got something in their basement too. Let me tell you, that's one thing I cannot do. And I just cannot believe I had 4 of them. And that was just the 4 that we caught in my garden. And I remember posting it and everybody was like in their feelings like, oh my gosh, leave the snake alone. They're good for the garden. I mean, like, all the snake warriors was in my comments. I'm like, okay, snake warriors, I would love for you to come and take it to your house. Okay, I know that there is a lot of pests in my garden that I don't want there. I prefer to fight those pests than to look at a snake. Like, please, I would gladly give this snake to you. Come and remove every last one. And then another terrifying thing that I saw was a snake egg in my strawberry bed. And I think I was on live with you guys where it was like, one of those live. Remember I used to do like water with me where like I'll go around watering my garden and we'll just have some garden chats. Y'all, remember we saw the white snake egg? As I'm thinking about it and I'm thinking about Emily's story, my whole body is like got goosebumps. And I saw a white snake egg. I didn't know what a snake egg looked like, so I showed the egg to the camera, and it was like, "Oh, girl, that's a snake egg." Woo! Lord, when I tell y'all my plan for next year is to put like a lot of plants around the garden that snakes do not like, cause I don't want to use like mothballs and those things. They stink. I don't like the smell of it. So my plan is to put like a lot of plants. I've been looking, trying to look up like plants and things that snake don't like, cause you know, a snake have like really sensitive skin, and so they don't like how their skin might feel against like certain things. Like, is it some lemon plant? It's some lemon bush plant. They don't like it. Uh, let's see what y'all laughing about in here. Emily, you done scared the whole chat. Oh my gosh. Okay, take it to their house. Right? I'm like, I was like, come and get it. When I tell you we had some serious snake warriors that was trying to fight me for saying that I don't like snakes. And that's another thing. Can we talk about that really quickly? Why do people impose their likes onto others? If I'm afraid of something, like how dare you tell me not to be afraid of it? You know, like how dare you tell me not to be afraid of something just because you are not afraid of it, or just because you deem that is good, so then therefore I should just, yeah, you know, it's good, so don't be afraid. Like everybody have a fear. It's okay to be afraid of things. Now how you know, you go about your fears, like talk to me about how I could get over my fear. Don't tell me how I shouldn't be scared because snakes are good. Like, okay, come and get it, snake warrior. All right, y'all, let me show y'all something real quick. So this right here is the water from the this is the liquid from the peppers that I just strained. I'm not gonna throw this away. I'm actually gonna put it in the freezer. I'm gonna put it in a Ziploc bag and put it in the freezer, and then I'm gonna use it to like cook rice or like fried rice, or just use it in different stews. Cause this right here, this is like all the good stuff. This is all the beneficial, you know, properties from the peppers. Like this is all the good stuff. So I'm gonna save it and I cook it in like rice, and like if I do fried rice, you know, different stuff. Woo, child. All right, y'all. It's time to cook. It's time to cook. Actually, I have to, like I told you guys, I have to chop up the onions and the ginger and the garlic. But yeah, I'm like, can I be afraid? And that's okay? Like, don't tell me not to be scared of something just because you're not afraid of it. I hate when people do that. It's like you're not solving my fears. You're actually giving me more anxiety. And I really had major anxiety. I had major anxiety when we had that when I seen that snake in my garden. I didn't go to my garden for like almost 2 weeks. Like, y'all remember those what is it, YouTube shorts that I was posting of my husband in the garden? He was in the garden for like 2 weeks watering my plants and doing everything that I typically would do, or trying to do, you know, trying to help me out and stuff. I had him in our garden doing everything, and he's like, wait, I ain't signed up for this. And I had things like almost dying in my garden. It was neglected. I had neglected my garden for a long time because I just could not go there. I had like such major anxiety that, you know, I was going to see another snake. And for those that love snake and their beauty, look, I don't even like snake skin like products. Like, I'm not one of those people that buy, so don't think like I'm one of those people that don't like snake but I buy snake skin products. I'm not. Like, I'm not into snake bags or snake shoes or any of those things. Like, I don't like snake prints. I don't like snakes. But yeah, Emily, I don't know how your mom managed to live in that house again, because when I tell you the snake would have owned the house, I don't care who came to get it out, Because now I'm thinking there's one hiding somewhere because snakes are very sneaky. They are very good at hiding. I would have thought that that thing had laid eggs in the house and had his whole family living somewhere, either in the attic or in the basement hiding somewhere. Hell to the no. And it's a 7 feet snake. Oh, God, no. I would have been petrified too. Oh my gosh, how did your mom do it, girl? Woo! I would love to talk to your mom and ask her how she got like over her anxiety and was able to go back in the house. I'm telling you, I would have packed my stuff and rolled out. Emily said, right, makes me shudder to think how long it been. Exactly. Imagine if your mom was sleeping and that's when they decided to show up. Look, I'm not trying to, like, now I'm scaring myself. I think maybe we might need to change the subject. Because now I'm having all type of intrusive thoughts. Oh my God. It's wine o'clock. Cheers. Whew. I know y'all looking like, dang, girl, you cooking with a lot of garlic. That's a whole clove. You got that right. I love me some garlic. I love the taste of garlic in my food. I love the taste of ginger. Also, it makes me feel like I'm being, I'm cooking healthy, even though the food that I am cooking is healthy, but because I am, I fried some stuff, and so it's taking away, I guess, all of the healthiness because it's being fried. But I love cooking with herbs, like different herbs. And next year, y'all gonna see, I'm gonna grow a ton more herbs than what I grew this year. Like things that's very medicinal, like moringa and like different type of herbs. Like I'm gonna look into like different herbs that's really good for like women's and men's health, and grow those next year. So look out for that. We're gonna grow, like, I'm trying to have like a super herb like garden, and I might put it near my house. Also, another way, Emily, to get rid of pests in your garden, herbs. A lot of pests do not like herbs. Uh, they hate the smell because herbs, they're very strong. And also and that's probably why I didn't get as much pests as I normally would, is because I grew garlic and onions in every single garden bed. I had like onions and garlic growing in all of them. Hey, Yaja Malu. I think that's how you say your name. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Please let me know if I said your name right. If I butcher your name, I am so sorry. Chanel said I heard garlic is good for garden pests also. Yeah, garlic is really good. Squirrels. It's actually kind of toxic, to squirrels. If their little feet or hands touches it, garlic is very toxic to squirrels, so they stay away. They're gonna stay away for sure. But for some reason, let me tell y'all, man, squirrels are some of the smartest animals ever. They are so crafty. They will find a way. They'll find a way to enter that garden without touching the garlic. If it's something that they want, they will find a way. Those things are resilient. And y'all see in my backyard, I have a ton of trees. Like a ton of trees. So I have a lot of squirrels in my backyard. But yeah, squirrels do not like garlic and onions. And then there's some pests like that don't like the smell of certain. It's too strong for their nose, so they'll stay away. But for me, as far as like the big animals, the things that I've seen in my garden so far are bunnies. And bunnies are another sneaky one. I don't know if it's because they're really, really fast, but they're so sneaky. They run so fast. My goodness, I wish I had bunny energy. Cause they be gone by the time you get out there. They already did their destructive work, and then they be gone. But yeah. So I've seen bunnies, and then I have a groundhog. I mean, I don't have a groundhog. My neighbor has a groundhog. she has like a whole groundhog family that lives under her shed. So of course, I have this luscious garden. They feel like, you know, I have opened a supermarket for them. Oh, that's your nickname. Okay. That's a very interesting nickname. How did you get that nickname? My goodness. Over here, it's a tongue twister. Uh, especially the society garlic. Ooh, what is that? What's a society garlic? I'm actually planning on planting some garlic this like soon, like this month. And I heard that music garlic is a really good garlic to plant because the bulbs are really, really big. All right, y'all. Now we about to cook. All the thousands of processing is done. Alrighty, it is time. It is time. All right, y'all. Remember we soaked these beans. I'm about to wash it. I'm about to wash it. Okay. I was gonna put it in there, but I'm gonna use a different one. I don't know what it is, but like for some reason, it's like it usually have like a lot of sand. I don't know how it's like processed, and that's one of the things that I've learned about like food that is like processed overseas, especially like you know like some of the native African foods and stuff. They usually tend to some of them, if you don't, you have to make sure you really, really wash it properly, depending on the company that you're getting it from. You might really have to like wash it very, very well. But now it's been soaking in some hot water. It is nice and clean. We're good. Now we can get started in cooking. All right, let's get to the stove. Let's get to the stove. I'm trying to think about which pot I'm gonna use. I think I'm gonna just use the biggest pot I have just to be on the safe side. Y'all, look at this big old pot that I have that I'm about to cook in. Do you guys have this big pot? If you are African or Caribbean, I know y'all got this type of pot in your house. I just know it. I know you got this pot in your house. Let me, Lord. Yajamalu. It said, it is the starting of my kids' names and oh, that is so cute. How beautiful is that? That is so beautiful. Oh, hey. Hey, Angie Lee. It's locust beans. It's like it's called locust beans, and it's something that they use in Nigeria. I can't I don't know what kind of bean. I don't know. I mean, it's called locust beans. I guess it's a type of beans, but it also has like a really strong smell. So, and then the way it's processed, sometimes it might have sand in it, I guess, from when they harvest it. So you have to soak it and let it, you have to soak it in the water for a little bit so it can loosen up, and then you can wash it that way and make sure that it doesn't have any sand in it. That's beautiful, Yamajalu. I hope I'm saying it correct now. Charles said, yes, I do. Oh, Chanel. Love it. Need one of those. Oh, you did good. You have Thanksgiving prep ready. Okay, okay. Y'all talking in the comments. Okay, I'm going to let y'all talk. Hi, I am from Indonesia. What you cooking? Hey. Hey, Molina. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're making Ofada stew, a.k.a. Ayamase, a.k.a. pepper stew that's made with bell peppers and hot peppers and all the different types of peppers. So if you want to go and watch it after this live in the beginning so you can see how we process everything, you could go right ahead. Now we're about to start cooking. I'm just waiting for the pot to dry. How many of y'all have this pot in your house? This is the pot you have when you have a huge family. But in Africa, everybody have this pot, okay? Let me tell you, if you ain't got this pot, you ain't doing something. Yes, yes, yes. And we're about to start. So let me show y'all the oil we'll be using. So we'll be using palm oil. This is palm oil, aka red oil. This is made from the palm nut tree. Not to be confused with the palm tree, but the palm nut tree. So it grows palm nut, and from that palm nut is a fruit that we also eat the butter from the fruit called palm butter. And then it produces the oil, like the oil sits on top. So this is the oil. And so we'll be using this oil today to cook this. You could use regular oil to cook this, but it tastes better when you use the palm oil. And then the palm oil, this is the oil that I just showed you guys. This is it in here. What I did was bleached it, aka let it basically, I put it on the stove and let it like fry for like a minute so it could take away like, the like the basically to make it like liquidy. And then also it takes away like the fruitness of the oil. Like it makes it basically just be like 100% of the oil, because the palm oil, it still have like a little bit of the palm fruit in it. So when you bleach it, this is what it looks like. So that's what we're about to use. And then when you bleach the palm oil, like it produces like a lot of smoke, because you have to remember it's still a fruit. So it produces a lot of smoke, which is the reason why I did this in advance. I couldn't do this with you guys because I didn't want the house to be smoky. So what I do is when I put it on the fire, I cover it, with the top, the pan top. And then after like a couple of minutes, I take it outside and open up the pan so the smoke can go out in the air instead of in the house. Because y'all, when I tell y'all my fire alarm went off, everybody in the neighborhood thought my house was on fire. The last time I did this. All right, so I think the pan is hot. Now we're going to add the oil. And add as much oil as you want, okay? Don't let nobody judge you. Add as much oil as you want. I'm cooking, like the peppers that I'm cooking is quite a lot, so I'm using like a little bit more oil. Why the oil so black is good. Why the oil so black is good and healthy for a body. Where do you get that? Oh, Chanel said, where do I get it? I do, two of them. You can get the oil from the international market, like an African store or like a Caribbean store, or even like the Asian market. I know the Asians they have like an African side or African aisle where they sell it. And also the oil looks like this because I let it stay on the stove for too long. Usually it's like much more clearer, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's fine. So we're gonna let it get hot for a little bit, and then we're gonna start adding everything. But while it get hot, cheers. Cheers to the freaking weekend. I just say that. Yeah, yeah. Okay, somebody was like hyping me up, talking about they like my voice. Don't get me on here start singing for y'all. You're gonna regret it. All right, so we're gonna add the locust beans and let it fry for a couple of minutes. No wonder. I was like, why is my thing not getting high up all the time? All right, we're gonna let it fry. So you let it fry just for like, a minute or two so that the oil could get that locust beans flavor. I remember one time I did this, somebody said the oil looked like the oil you use for the car. I was cracking up. People could be so insulted, but I'm not easily offended. I'm gonna laugh right on with you. All right, now we're gonna add our onions, garlic, and ginger. Yeah, you could use these. You could use these beans in a jute, but I don't really put them in there. It's really up to you. Like the taste you're going for. But you could use these beans to put in a jute leaf. But I don't. It's the same. It is. It's the same thing. But I don't. I don't put these in a jute leaf. I don't cook my jute leaf like that. I cook mine the Liberian way. Uh, these beans, like what the people, the culture, the people that I've noticed that really use these beans are the Nigerians. So I've seen them put it in there, but I don't. I don't put it in mine. In Liberia, we cook. We ours is called flour sauce. So when I'm cooking flour sauce, I wouldn't put those beans in there. All right, we're gonna let it fry for a little bit, y'all. We're gonna let it fry for a little bit. And I'm about to add some seasonings while they fry. Thank you guys for liking the video. Please keep liking the video. If you're on here and you haven't liked it, I appreciate you. While that's frying, welcome back, Hannah. We're gonna add some black pepper. I'm so glad y'all don't ask me about measurements because I'm gonna just tell y'all, to listen to your ancestors. Keep pouring till your ancestors say stop. But no, um, what I tell people is like I don't cook with salt because a lot of the seasonings that I cook with already has some type of salt content. By the way, this is onion powder. I cook with seasonings, and I don't add any salt to my food, like any, like, regular salt. I don't add any of that. Garlic. So when you're like, because these are all herbs, you can add as much as you want because it doesn't have any salt content. But once you start putting seasonings that have salt in it, you want to start off, very gently and taste as you go. And I would say, start off gently and, as you're going, especially after you've added everything that needs to be cooked into the pot, that's when it really matters as far as the taste. Like if you're cooking something that needs to dry, you have to be mindful that when things dry, it gets saltier based on, if you have, it gets more concentrated, meaning that you're going to taste the salt more. So be very mindful of that. So you start off light, and then as you go, as the food is cooking and it's going towards the end, you could gradually, keep adding to it. So that's how I season my food. If you're wondering, like, the the salt content. So I'm gonna add my favorite, the Goya Sazon. I love seasoning with Sazon, and I put a lot in here because this is not a salty seasoning. Like it's not salty at all. It has a lot of herbs in it. You see all the herbs, on here. So the salt, it doesn't have like a huge salt content. So you can put as much as you want. It's really for the flavor. And what I've realized is that I love, Hispanic seasonings. I love Hispanic seasoning. I love cooking with Spanish seasonings. Like I think the Goya brand is a Spanish brand, and I love it. Like I love their seasoning. I love how they cook their food. I love the flavor of their food. All right, so this is country onions. This is like those small onions, like they're super small. I love like the flavor in them. So this is a country onion powder. Like it really changes the flavor of your food. If you like okra, okra the way we cook it in my culture, like fried okra. This like onion powder takes it to another level, like the flavor. Ooh, it tastes so good. And one of my girlfriends is the one who put me onto this like years ago. Like when she cooked her okra, I was like, okay, your okra tastes different than mine. Like, what are you doing? And she was like, oh, girl, I put country onion powder in there. So shout out to Alvina. You put me onto this, girl. I love me some country onions. And then we're going to add, thank you. Thank you, Chanel. And then we're going to add some ground shrimp because ain't no party if the ground shrimp ain't there. Okay? It is not a party if the ground shrimp does not make an appearance. It's like, come on, flavor. Come on, flavor. All right, let me stir it because I know it's like starting to stick. Come on, flavor. Whew, this smells so good already. Wow, my kids are doing such a good job. They being so quiet. They are doing such a good job. I need to reward them. Because my kids, they about the noise. I don't care what you doing. All right, so we already added our black pepper, so I'm going to put that away. Now, one of my favorite things to cook with, and all the brands that I'm showing you, it doesn't have to be the brand. Just know what it is that I'm using. Cameroonian pepper. I love Cameroonian pepper. I need to find the seeds for Cameroonian pepper so I could grow it. I love and y'all want to be real gentle with a Cameroonian pepper, y'all. It's very spicy. Cameroonian pepper is very spicy, and what I don't use it for the spice. I use it because of the flavor. Like, it has such a wonderful flavor. It's not just like regular pepper, where is making the food spicy. Like Cameroonian pepper actually have like a beautiful flavor. And if y'all cook with me, y'all will realize that my food is not about like whether or not it's spicy or have the right salt content. It's about flavor. So I cook with a lot of herbs. a lot of herbs. I cook with a lot of herbs because I'm very big on flavor. I like when you're eating my food is an explosion on your tongue. I want you to feel like this something you never had before. Like you're gonna keep asking me questions like what did you put in this, and then I'm gonna have like a long list of stuff that I used to gave you. So I'm using some parsley. I love me some parsley. All right, so this is gonna be the seasoning for now. I'm about to add some chicken powder in here, and then I'm going to add the peppers. Let's see what Chanel's saying. Chanel said, if you're allergic to shrimp, what else can you use? If you're allergic to shrimp, just take it out. Take it out, or you could use fish powder. There are fish powder that you could use, but either way, it's not going to like oh my gosh, you can't eat it now because the shrimp is not there. You don't always shrimp is not always requiring anything. And remember, I'm cooking based on my family's preferences. So if there are things in here that you are allergic to and that you cannot eat, just remove it. It's still gonna taste good. It's still gonna taste good. If it's seasoned well and you have, everything else you need to have in there, it's still gonna taste good. Remove things that you prefer not to have. And that's the beauty of cooking. It doesn't have to mimic the exact recipe of whoever it is that's giving it to you. This is chicken noir, by the way, chicken powder. It doesn't have to mimic that person's recipe. Just take the basic and turn it into yours. And that's me. I always go against the grain. I never follow any recipe. Like when I look at a recipe, I'm like, okay, so these are the ingredients. Now, I see that y'all say use this seasoning and that seasoning, but I'm going to use what I like. That's how I cook. And that's how, I try to inspire people to cook. Like, do it the way you like. All right, we're going to go ahead and add the peppers. And this is going to fry for a little bit. This is going to fry for a little bit. There's one thing that I forgot to do that we're about to do right now. And I wish we did it before we started cooking this. But it's fine. You can add it later. I wish I had more oil. That's what I wish I did. I wish I had more oil in this. But it's fine, though. It's all right. It's all right. I'll stir it very well. Damn, there's a lot of peppers. Jeez. This is a lot of pepper. So the thing is, you see me cooking this big old pot, right? Whenever I'm cooking, I tend to cook like a large amount because I'm not just cooking for that day. In my family, like the way I cook, like this is gonna be for like we're gonna store it in the freezer. It can stay in the freezer for a long time. So I cook like multiple stews because all the stews that I make can be eaten with rice, fufu, or like different things. So I cook multiple stews and then I store it in the freezer so that I don't have to be cooking every day because I don't have the time to cook every day. So I cook like huge amounts so that I could store it in the freezer and it's always there, especially if it's something that my family love to eat. So even though this is a lot, this is gonna be in the freezer for, this might not even last that long, honestly, because my husband loves this. This is his favorite, so it might be gone in a week. But yeah, I usually cook for the week. So now that I have cooked this, I have cassava leaf in the freezer that I cooked last week. So I already have cassava leaf in the freezer, and now I have this. And then maybe sometime this week, since we're changing up our cook with me day to like maybe sometime in the middle of the week, I'm gonna cook something else. And now I have 3 stews, and now my family, they have a choice from 3 different stews that they can eat with different things and don't feel like they're eating the same thing every day. Because I'm going to let it fry for a little bit. Okay. It tastes really good. I already know I'm gonna need to add more chicken noir for like the salt content, but the flavor, everything is there. I'm gonna add more Cameroon pepper because I want it spicier. But everything is there, y'all. Everything is there. Will you have help in the garden? Oh, wait, let me see. Hold on, I want to say, will you have a herb garden setup? I already have an herb garden setup. Remember, did you see the video where I harvested all my herbs from my herb garden? And granted, it was a small herb garden. So, but next year, yes, I will have like a larger herb garden. A lot of my herbs will be grown in grow bags. So I'm gonna like set up like the side of my house, one side of my house, and let that be like all the herbs. But I'm wondering if I wanted to be on the side of my house because herbs are really good to deter pests. So I'm thinking like I want to keep it in my garden, so the garden is just have like that strong smell that the animals don't like, but I love because I love the smell of herbs. Bonnie Cooper said that looks really good. Thanks, Bonnie. It's delicious. Oh, so you haven't, oh, you didn't see that video? Okay. Yeah. I have a video where I literally harvested almost all the herbs out of my herb garden. I have a whole herb garden bed. And I even told you guys that my herb garden bed was like a DIY. And I went on Facebook Marketplace and somebody was getting rid of a crate. It was a shipping crate that they bought something in and they was getting rid of it and they gave it away for free. And my husband went and picked it up for me and he put some grow bag material in the middle of it and turned it into like he set it up real nicely for me and turned it into like my herb bed, and we put soil and stuff in there. I showed you guys everything. I told you guys everything about it. Yep. Thanks for liking the video, y'all. Thank you so much for liking the video. I really appreciate you. I know it's getting late and some of you guys gotta go. Thank you for being on here with me regardless. I really appreciate you. I'm not gonna cover this because I don't want it to get any type of moisture in it. So this is gonna be frying for a little bit. So I'm about to like put some stuff away, try to wash the dishes while this is frying, and then we will continue. I'm about to put a lot of the, I'm going to add like the chicken and stuff last because the chicken and stuff, they're already cooked. So it doesn't really need to be in here. And I don't want the chicken to break up. So I'm not going to add it right now. That sounds so cool. Thanks, Hannah, Wana. Chanel, what did you say? You said I missed her? I'm not sure what you're trying to say. I'm gonna add more shrimp powder because, and when the more shrimp, the better. I'm gonna add more because I just love the flavor of the shrimp powder in food. Period. So I'm gonna add more shrimp powder, and I'm gonna let it fry. Let it fry for a while. I'm retired. I'm leaving. Aw, okay, Chanel. Thank you so much for being on here with us. Have a wonderful night. Also, I hope you have a great week. May everything that you put down on your list may it be accomplished. May all of the things that you want to accomplish this week, may you be able to accomplish it. Praying that you have a wonderful week. If you are going to work or whatever it is that you have, I pray that everything goes well. And I hope you have voted. If you haven't voted, if you're in the United States, I hope you have voted early. If you have not, I hope you're going to vote on Tuesday. Chanel says, sorry about that. I'm saying I'm retired and learning from you. Oh. Oh, okay, Chanel. Not me over here About to give you a whole goodbye ceremony. About to give you a whole ceremony. I'm about to add some of this sazon in there as well. Mind you, like I said, a lot of the seasonings that I use, they don't have a lot of salt content, so you'll see me adding more of it. Don't think that like, oh my God, that is way too much seasoning. No, it's really because it does is the salt content is not there yet that I want. So that's why I'm adding it. Like the flavor is already there, so I'm happy about it. I try not to cook with like salt because I already know like a lot of the seasonings and stuff like that that we use already have like a lot of sodium in it. So like I said, I cook for flavor. I love me like I'm like one of those people when I go out somewhere, I'm always like trying to guess what was used in their food, like the seasonings that was used, like what they cook with. Like I would literally, if you cook for me and I'm eating your food, I'll literally be telling you everything that you added in there because I have like such a diverse like palate, and I feel like I could taste everything. I could taste everything that's in something. So like I really love like a good flavor. I'm about to add more of the Cameroon pepper in here though. It's not spicy enough for me. And that's the thing, like people always be like, "Oh my gosh, you cook so much pepper. Like how did your kids eat it?" My kids eat pepper. Like I started training them to eat pepper since they were babies. Like since they started eating solid foods, they were eating like what we eat. And of course, I started them off little, and that's how I grew up. I don't ever recall a time of me growing up where my mom cooked anything that did not have pepper in it. Like when there's not pepper in the food, like if it's not spicy, I feel like it doesn't taste good. But that's just me. Of course, there are things that does not require pepper. But when I tell y'all I will put pepper in spaghetti, I will put when I'm talking about pepper. When I say pepper, y'all, I'm talking about like the spicy pepper, not like Bell's. Hold on, when I said I just enjoy watching food being cooked. I know that's right. I see some people are dropping off. Thank you guys for being here with me. I know this was such a long live, but I'm enjoying being here with y'all. If y'all still on here with me, thank you. If some of you guys end up staying here with me till the very end, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for being on here. I know y'all did not have to be here, and I know some of you guys have like an early morning tomorrow. I know for me, I definitely have to wake up and get my kids ready for school. And I'm kind of shocked that they even have school on Monday because Tuesday is election day. I would think that, the kids wouldn't have school, but oh well, they have to go get their education. So Chanel said, just starting to garden. That's why I look at your videos. That food look good. I'm going to try that. Yes, girl. And thanks for supporting my channel. Thanks for watching my videos. I appreciate you. I promise, like I have more, I will have like videos coming for literally everything as far as like, how to do certain things, how to start a garden, what to use, those specific type of videos. I just haven't gotten there yet because my garden is still in the phase of me harvesting. So like I've been so busy harvesting, and it sounds like it's something that I'm irritated about. I'm not. I'm very grateful to even be able to harvest because I started my garden last year, like I said, and the only thing I harvested were tomatoes, and they were very successful. But I didn't really think I could do what I've done so far and how big it has gotten, and the love and support that I have gotten from you guys. It's so amazing. Like sometimes it makes me so emotional. Like I told my husband, I was like, oh wow. I was like, I'm really doing this, huh? Like I'm really a YouTuber. Like I'm really sharing like, my experiences with gardening and sharing my love of being in a garden and being with nature and showing people how to grow their own food and how to live like a better quality of life by growing their own food and eating better and taking care of themselves and investing in their bodies and their skincare and so it's something that like it's like I'm such a small channel. Like I can't even. I don't like when I say YouTuber. I was like, am I really a YouTuber? Like I'm such a small channel. I have like 1,000 and something, subscribers. But it's like even just having that is like wow. You guys are so amazing. Like you're really make doing this fun. And I hope that I never lose like sight of that, like the fun part of it of, sharing, you know, this part with y'all. Ooh, y'all look, you see, if you're looking in there, you're seeing that like the oil is starting to come up top. So like the whole purpose of me frying this, because I really want to remove a lot of like the water content from it. That's why I'm frying it and I'm seeing like the oil come on top. I like what I'm seeing. So I like that a lot. So while that's happening, I'm about to show you guys one more thing that we should have done a long time ago, but it's cool. It's not too late. Chanel said, "Oh, I already read that." Hon, I want to say your personality is uplifting. Oh my God, thank you so much. That is so beautiful. What? That is such a beautiful thing. That's a compliment to me because to be honest with you, that's all I ever want is to uplift people. Like that's something that I truly enjoy. Like I want to uplift people. I want to motivate people because I feel like everything that I'm doing, you can do it. Like what makes me special? I'm no more special than the next person. Like if I have the capability to be able to do whatever it is that I'm doing, like, and I share that information with you, you're capable of doing anything that you put your mind to. Like every single one of us. Like the only thing that's between us doing what we want to do is the will and wanting to do it, the will and the motivation. That's what I want to be for you, like in sharing my love of gardening, skincare, and all of the things that things natural that I'm sharing on this channel. It's like I want to motivate people to do what I'm doing because at the end of the day, like you're gonna gain like a new quality of life, and it's so rewarding. And one of the best things that I love about gardening is the sense of peace that it brings. And that's something I really haven't discussed yet, and I'm gonna do it in like a separate video when I finally am done being in the garden like that, which is the reason why I'm not really doing any winter gardening. The only thing I'm growing is like lettuce and garlic and onions and stuff, is because I really want to like sit and talk with you guys, and I also want to rest. Like you have to grant yourself rest. Like you can't just keep going, which is why we're going to dedicate Sunday to self-care, because you can keep going and going and going. If you don't have like a pause button, your body's going to give up on you, and it's going to let you know like you just can't keep going. Like you're not a robot. But yeah, back to what I was saying, that's my whole purpose. Like this is like a purpose driven channel. Like I want people to be able to find their purpose in doing what they love, and establishing, boundaries, and not allowing things that's going to affect them negatively. Like that, like I want people to be able to find that when you're watching this channel, I want you to like gain some of that, like I want you to leave here feeling worthy, feeling like happy. Like I'm a very silly and outgoing person, which is the reason why you probably see me singing a lot in my videos, because I just like I'm a whole ball of energy, and I want to share that. And if that's bringing you joy and it's uplifting you in any type of way, I feel like I've done what my purpose is, which is to motivate you to be your higher self, to be your better self. If you're leaving my channel or leaving my videos like feeling uplifted, that is like one of the best compliment that I've gotten so far. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I really do. Thank you so much. But all right, y'all. Let me bring after that long soliloquy. Let me go bring what we need to be doing before this thing gets done, because it's almost done. All right, let me get a pot. All right, y'all. So something that's not required, but it definitely take your Ofada stew or fried pepper stew to the next level are eggs, boiled eggs. And I forgot to boil the eggs, so we're about to boil it now. So, woo, something burned me. So pretty much, you boil the eggs, and then while this is frying, you could add the boiled eggs in here and just let it fry with it, and then the egg absorb all of the flavors, from the stew and stuff like that, and that's another form of protein. And I do want to add eggs to mine. You don't have to add eggs, but it definitely takes it to the next level if you want to. And I should have boiled the eggs a long time ago. Oh well, I'll leave it at the end. You do it well. Hurry. Oh, what Chanel say? You do it well. Hurry and start your channel where we can purchase some of your seeds. Yes, yes, yes. That's coming very, very soon. I promise. Before the end of this year, that's my goal. Before the end of this year, I should have that website up where you guys can purchase the seeds and some of the things that I use in a garden. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate your support. I'm about to put stuff away. Um, you guys are about to wash the dishes with me while this is frying. So that's another way of me, cooking and cleaning at the same time. So when I'm done cooking, I don't have like a mountain of dishes to wash. But typically, my husband is the one that usually will wash the dishes for me. So when I'm done cooking, he tells me to leave the kitchen and he washes the dishes, which I really appreciate. But I also like to wash the dishes as I go along, or otherwise it's gonna be a mountain. And I hate leaving dishes in the sink overnight. I love waking up in the morning. I like cleaning up at night before I go to bed, like my living room and everything, and having the kids put their toys away and stuff like that. Cause I love waking up in the morning to like a clean house. Cause that way, like it just gives me like my mind. It clears my mind because it's like I already have so much on my mind to do. I want to be able to just wake up after I get my kids ready and they have their breakfast and stuff, and just get my day started without feeling like, oh, I have to clean up before I get my day started. It really messes with me. It really, really messes with me. I'm just adding more chicken powder to this, y'all. Adding more chicken powder. I'm about to add. I'm about to add more Cameroon pepper to it. One of my son's favorite food is cassava leaf, which I already have cooked, and they have it. And what I'm cooking right now, this is one of my husband's favorites. So I could add as much pepper as I want because the kids might really not gonna, probably really won't eat this. So we could put as much pepper as we want, like spicy pepper. Ooh, it's starting to burn the bottom. That's another thing. You're gonna have to keep stirring this thing so it doesn't burn on the bottom. I know I didn't want to cover it, but I might cover it for a little bit. I might cover it just for a little bit. Like y'all see like these big old peppers in here, like you see how big that is. Like if I had like a nice Ninja food processor, this thing would not. This thing would be chopped up very, very well. It would not have those big old peppers in there. It's okay. We'll get some one of these days. We'll get one of these days. Let's see what the girls is talking about. Chanel said, I watch as I go. Also, can't stand Apollo. Girl. That pilot be real. You be like, after you done cooking, it discourages you so much. It's like, man, I just want to go sit down for a minute. You can't even sit down. And now you're feeling like, my God, I got like 1,000 dishes to wash. Mmm. Mm-mm-mm. Delicioso. Delicioso. Mm-mm-mm. It tastes really good, y'all. It's tasting real good. I'm not gonna add any more cayenne pepper, even though it's not as spicy as I want. It's fine. Yeah, I eat so much spicy pepper. I remember when I first met my husband, I cooked for him. I had him sweating. I asked him, I was like, "Do you eat spicy food?" He was like, "Yeah, I eat spicy food." And when I cooked for him, y'all, when I tell y'all he was drenched, I had that man drenched. Yeah, yeah, L. Huh? You hungry? Really? But Daddy give you rice. Huh? Yeah. Well, you have to come over here and eat it. Don't eat it like that. Because if it's on my couch, you're gonna get in trouble. Oh, didn't Daddy feed you? I'm gonna move this a little bit. Yo, I'm just trying to clean up a little bit. I'm about to turn the camera a little soon. Y'all watch the Ofada stew for me. Let me know if it's burning, okay? Let me know if it's burning, y'all. What is that meal called? Wait, hold on. I think I'm missing stuff. Uh, he married you, so it must have been good anyway. Yo, I almost get that man a heart attack, y'all. I had that man eating some spicy ass food. When I tell you, he was he was like, damn, I know I said I eat spicy food, but this is next level. He was sweating, y'all. He was sweating so much. I thought it was so funny. By the way, this is a habanero pepper that I just threw in here. I'm not gonna mash it up because I don't want to make it too over spicy for him. But I put it in there for me. So if I need a little bit of spice, I'm gonna put that in my food when I'm eating like separately. She said he married you, so must have been good. I'm cracking up. Y'all, let me tell y'all, nobody make me feel more special than my kids. My kids make me feel like I am the best. Let me tell y'all, when I cook and the way my kids be praising my food, and it's so funny because they're young. They're like 3 and 6. And my 3-year-old daughter, she's like, Mommy, you're the best cook ever. I swear. I don't care who tell me if they like my food or not, but when my kids tell me they like my food, I swear I be feeling like a Michelin star chef. Like, they're like, Mommy, you're the best cook ever. I'm like, yes. These are my biggest critic. You know, kids will humble you, okay? So when my kids say they love my food, I love hearing that from them. And it'd be like the most basic thing ever that they'll be eating and they would just be praising it. And it's so funny to me. All right. Let me come cook. Yeah, let me come and I'm about to add my chicken feet to this. So let me tell y'all how I don't waste nothing in this house and how like I use everything that I cook. So the broth that I boiled my chicken feet in was like broth. So I made some steamed crabs today. And so I used the broth instead of throwing the broth away, I used it to boil the chicken and the chicken feet in it because it already had that flavor, you know, that Louisiana Cajun flavor. Because I don't use Obey seasoning. I use like this Louisiana Cajun seasoning for my crabs. By the way, if y'all don't know, I love me some crabs, especially the Maryland blue crabs. They're my favorite. I don't really care for crab legs and stuff like that because I feel like the crab legs don't like the only flavor that you get from the crab legs is the seasoning that you season it with. With the Maryland blue crabs, even though they're smaller and they take a lot more work to maneuver, but I think they taste good. I think it has amazing flavor. So Maryland blue crabs is my favorite. So whenever I get a chance to get some, I'm gonna get it. But yeah, so I use the broth to boil the chicken in there, and so that's what I just added in here. So it's gonna give this like a next level type of flavor. Ooh, yes, Bonnie said she love her some blue crabs. You know, a lot of people don't like blue crabs. I don't know if it's because it's smaller. Chanel said, but oh, that's so nice, yeah. And then she said one thing with kids, they are so honest about their feelings. Man, they are too honest, honestly. You know, I never realized how much I love the art of white lies. You know, like it's like, I don't like liars, but you don't have to be so you don't have to be so 100%, like, kids are so 100, like they're so extra, man. And they will embarrass you in public if you trying to not, when you're in public and you tell them like, oh, don't say this or don't say that, and they're like, no, that's not what you said. You're like, oh, Lord have mercy, here we go, about to embarrass you. But yeah, this is pretty much ready, y'all. This is pretty much ready. you know you just really need to fry it, and for the sake of time I need to let y'all go to bed. So but this is pretty much ready. Oh yeah. Adding the chicken in there. It's something about fried bells that taste so good. Yeah, I'm glad that is done now because I need to go put my kids to bed. They got school in the morning. They trying to take advantage of me because I'm on live. So they think everything is sweet. But my husband's about to take them to brush their teeth. And then, we got to pray together. My kids love praying together as a family, which I'm so grateful that, that's something that they like to do. Because, man, this world is so cruel. Mama, go brush your teeth. I'll come upstairs, okay? All right. Love you. All right, 1 second here. Alrighty, y'all. This stew is pretty much ready. Let me get my camera so y'all can see. It's ready, y'all. It is ready, okay? Look at it. So now, typically, I will eat this on camera with you guys, but it is almost 10 o'clock over here. I am not about to eat rice at this time of the night because your girl is trying to lose weight, child. Ooh, pray for me. But, yeah. So pretty much, after you fry it, after you saute the onions and add all of your seasonings and then you add the pepper, let it fry for like 20, 25 to 30 minutes. And you let it fry in the oil because there shouldn't be a lot of water content. As you can see, there isn't a lot of water content in here. You see? And then also, like, it's not too much oil either. And the meats were already done. It was cooked prior to me frying the peppers. So it's not something that have to stay in the food, for a long time to cook in the food. So when everything is already cooked and you add it together, there isn't like a long cooking time. Like I was telling y'all. So the biggest thing here from today that y'all gather from, cooking this was like to cut the cook time short is just to prep everything, especially like the peppers, which is blending it in the food processor. That's the longest process in all of this, grinding the peppers in a food processor. But once you've done that and you have everything else together, like the cooking time is so short. Like I told y'all, this was about to be cooked so fast. Like it doesn't need like it's peppers, it's veggies. It doesn't take long to cook. So that's about it. This is my version of the Ofada stew. Now, if the eggs were ready, they're still cooking right now. If the eggs were ready, I would have added it in here and let it fry together. And I'm still going to I'm about to lower this so I can allow the eggs to cook. So once it's done, then I'm going to add it in here and I'm going to let it fry for 10 more minutes so that the egg can absorb some of the flavors from the Ofada stew. And it's going to do that anyway because usually when I cook, especially this late, I don't take the food out and put it in the fridge. I let it stay in the pot overnight so that it could cool down properly before I put it in the fridge. So the eggs is going to absorb all of the flavors of this stew. And then I'm going to put it away in the morning when I wake up. So, but yeah, y'all, this is the Ofada stew Ayamase. Ayamase is like how they say it in Ghana because Ghanaians eat this as well. And Ofada is the Nigerian way of saying what this stew is. It's the Ofada stew. Ofada is the rice, and this is the stew that go with that rice. So this is the Ofada stew. This is Ayamase, and the English pretty much is pepper stew. So this is how you make it. Very short, very easy. The live was only long because of the entire processing. Y'all went throughout the entire processing with me. And yeah, that's about it. All right, so let's see what you guys are saying. Uh, I love some blue crab. Oh, yeah, I already seen that. Chanel said the eggs go in whole. Love the praying family. Oh, thank you. Yes. So I'm gonna peel the eggs. When it's done, I'm gonna peel the eggs and I'm gonna put the whole egg in here. Like I'm not chopping it up or anything. It's gonna be the whole egg. Like I said, I've already filmed a video of me making this on my channel. So I know this was a live and it was chaotic and it was all over the place. But if you want like a more structured video, I already have it on my channel. So you could go ahead and whenever you get the chance and you want to cook this, you could go ahead and watch that video and it will take you throughout the entire process. But yeah, the eggs go in whole. Once it's done, I'm going to put it in whole in here. And it's just another, protein, and it goes really well. And I'm going to put this on top of rice when I'm eating it. So it's going to go on top of rice as a stew. All right, let's see. How do you, Hanawana said, how do you store this? So once it's cooled down, I have a ton of like Chinese bowls, like the carry out bowls. And I'm going to store it in like little bowls because like I said, this is not something that's meant to be eaten in one day. For my family, I cook like a large pot because it's going to be eaten throughout the week or the following week because I cook different stews and give my family like an option to eat different things every day. So I'm going to store it in like little carry out bowls and put it in my freezer. I have a deep freezer, and that's where I store a lot of things. And I highly suggest that you get like a small deep freezer if you don't have one, because especially if you're gardening, you're going to have a ton of harvest that you can't eat right away, and you want to be able to store it, and it's going to last. Like when you put it in a deep freezer, it can last for months, even up to a year, because it's frozen. So it can go bad. So I'm going to put it in little bowls and store it. And when I do that, I will take a picture and put it on the community tab so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So look out for tomorrow on my community tab. When I'm storing this, I'll put a picture up so y'all can see what it looks like. Okay, let's see. What else? Thank you and have a good night. Blessings. Oh, Hannah, when I thank you. Donzel said, is that like a pepper stew? Yes, it is. Okay, will do. Thanks. All right. Woo. Look at me shining, y'all. I am shining, 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 shining. All of that winning. I'm only doing this because somebody told me that they like my voice and they like when I sing. So I wish you would have never told me that, because now I feel like I always have to sing for y'all. And I love to sing, and then to find out that somebody love it, ooh, that's the worst thing y'all gonna tell me. Yo, y'all see my eyes is red. I am tired. But also I'm drinking wine, so cheers. But yes, y'all, the food is ready. The food is ready. Thank you so much for being on here with me. If y'all have any other questions, I would love to answer it. And I see 48 people is watching, but I have 13 likes. That's how you feel about me? That's how y'all feel about me? I don't understand. I don't understand. You don't like what you're watching? And you're 51. I see 51 people on here and I have 13 likes. Can I get 20 likes at least? Can I at least get 20 likes, please? Chanel, girl, you are the MVP. You've been on here for hours with me and I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being on here with me. I hope you have a wonderful night. And yes, I see the likes. I see the likes. Thank you for liking. Thank you, Chanel, for being on here with me, and thank you guys for chatting with me. Chanel, Hanawana, Emily. It was a whole lot of y'all on here that was chatting with me today. Thank you guys so much for being on here with me. Thanks for spending your Sunday with me. Next Sunday, we need to do some self-care Sunday. Next Sunday, we're gonna do a mask. We're gonna do self-care Sunday. I'm a planet. We're gonna do self-care Sunday. We are all gonna roll up in here in our robe. We're gonna have. I'm gonna show you, tell you guys what to get. This week. It's stuff that you already have in your kitchen, so don't worry. I'm not sending you out to buy nothing. It's gonna be things you already have in your kitchen, and we're gonna make it together. And we're gonna do a nice mask. We're gonna have some wine. We're gonna be in our robe. We're gonna have some story time. I could read to y'all. I love to read, so I would love to read to y'all if y'all want me to. Like, we could have story time, whatever y'all want. Just something relaxing. We could talk about anything. So, what y'all say? How about Sundays be self care Sunday where we take care of ourselves and just pour into ourselves, because we cannot pour into others if we don't have, if we are not filled up. It's hard to pour into a cup when you're not already filled up. So we're gonna fill ourselves up on Sundays. And then with the whole cook with me, I love cooking with you guys. So I'm thinking about doing it like sometime during the week. I'll take a poll in the community tab. I hope you guys check my community tab. I know I keep saying community tab, community tab. I hope you guys check my community tab and do the survey and let me know what you guys think. I know I did a survey before, but now we have a lot more new friends that have joined our channel, and I appreciate you guys for being here with me. Thank you for liking my channel. Thank you for liking my videos. Thank you for subscribing. You are the best. I appreciate you guys. And I'm almost at my goal. Thank you. Donzel, you are very welcome. You're very, very welcome. You're very, very welcome. Yes, Chanel, positive thoughts. Look, times are hard. Life is hard. There's a lot of hard going on. The type of hard that we don't want. But we can, in the midst of it all, let's try to do something that, self-care is not selfish. I know I keep talking about self, but we have to be able to take care of ourselves to take care of others, including our family, our spouses, our partners. They can't get the best of us if we're not taking care of ourselves. And look, we have to jumpstart our week to being what it is that we want it to be able to accomplish the things that we want to accomplish. So we're going to do that. And I appreciate all 53 of you on here that's watching that haven't liked the video. All right, y'all. I'm going to let y'all go. I think I've taken enough of your time. And I am so grateful for you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. And y'all, my subscriber goal for my birthday, which is 11/27. I know I keep saying it like it's a special holiday. I know I keep saying like it's a special holiday, which it is. It's a special holiday. It's my holiday. It's my own personal holiday. But yeah, my subscriber goal by my birthday is 2,000. So if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. Thank you. And yeah, and then by the end of the year, my goal is to have 3K subscribers. Anything is possible. And I believe in the possibilities. So anything is possible. But yeah, thank you guys for being here with me tonight. I love you guys so much. Thank you for making doing this so fun. And Emily, thank you for joining me, my co-soccer mom. We're the soccer moms. Thank you for joining me tonight. That was so cool. That was such a surprise to have you on here. I love the support, y'all. Thank you so much. And with that being said, you're exactly where you're meant to be in this moment. And I'm going to explain what that means to you guys in a video about why that is my tagline. You are exactly where you're meant to be in this moment. You may not be in the greatest place in your life right now, but that does not mean that's not where you're not meant to be in this moment. Everything, there's a lesson for every single thing in our life that we're meant to learn. And doesn't matter where it is. You could be going through the saddest time of your life or the happiest time of your life. Wherever you are right now, that is where you're meant to be. And I promise you, whatever that is that you're in, that is what you're meant to be, because you don't know what it is that is going to come within the near future. But I'll go more into that later, into what that truly means to me and the reason why I always speak that over you guys, regardless of wherever you are in your life. But all right, y'all. Have a wonderful night. And I hope you did something for yourself today. If not, soon come. Have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful work week. Stay out of the crazies. Tuesday is voting day. If you haven't voted, please go and vote. And just stay out of the fray. Keep away from the crowds. Stay away from the crazies and just do you. Whichever way that you vote, that's your business. That's your own business. Don't worry about whatever anyone has to say. Just do you. Just make sure you vote. And remember that this vote is definitely going to make a change in all of our lives. So have a wonderful night, y'all. I don't want to keep carrying on. Let me close this up for y'all. And before I go, I'm going to let y'all see the Ofada stew one last time. As you can see, it's really frying because the oil is coming up. The more the oil come up, that means the more the water content is going away, which is what I really want. So I want to like lessen the water content in this, and that's happening. So I'm really happy about that. But all right, y'all. Thank you so much, y'all. See you guys later. Happy gardening, happy cooking, happy Sunday, and have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. Love you guys. Bye, y'all. All right.